Let's go. Let's go.
Jesus, there's more. Oh my god, this is insane. Oh, yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Magic time.
We're in the game? Oh,
And we are back for the final weekend of PogChamps3 presented by GRIP6. Alongside me, everyone's favorite international master, Levy Rozman.
Danny, we match. I just looked over. I didn't know what shirt you were wearing. I don't have a green pawn though. I need. Is that new merch that we have?
What? I'm gonna get you one of these. So this was our meetup shirt from this year because we didn't actually get to have a meetup due to COVID. Oh wait, am I allowed to say that word? Oh man, we are starting off on the wrong foot. Anyway, what we've got is a couple of isolated pawns because everyone has felt isolated, but we put it on the chessboard. It's very symbolic. So I'm gonna get you a shirt. I've actually got like 5 extra upstairs in the office. I'm gonna get your Addy and ship you one real quick. So anyway, how you doing, man? Are you pumped to be here? This is how many jokes can we make today that you don't need a GM for a chess show?
A lot, you know. I'll say this, Danny. I'm gonna say like people get hyped whenever I'm doing commentary, but I always defer to you, and I'm always kind of like everything that I've ever done commentary wise has been molded by Danny Rensch. So it's crazy to be alongside you because now you're like the color commentator. Like I feel like I'm sort of with like the mentor, the idol for this job. It's weird because
that means the world to me. I appreciate that. You're the I'm gonna drive today. You're gonna be the chess expert. But jokes aside, we know we love working with all our hosts, but Levy and I don't get to host that often, so we're gonna have a blast today. Let's dive in. Remind everybody of the show, man. We got a format that is started in groups. The players get to play round robins, but it's all about coming into the bracket stage where both the consolation and championship brackets will get us down to a winner. Single elimination is what it is. The same time control you know and love, 10 minutes plus 5-second increment. And then the tiebreakers, and we did have an epic tiebreaker yesterday that had the chess world and the streaming world a buzzing between Ludwig and Sardoche. It's 5 minutes per side. And the finals, of course, of both the consolation and the championship brackets will take place tomorrow, February 28th. Levy, big prizes, right? We doubled the prizes this time, 100,000. We're only taking some of that out of what we're paying you to do commentary. You're good with that?
I am good with that. I was not expecting it to take that direction. But
Okay.
no, these are dude, these are amazing prizes. You know, for anybody that tunes in at the beginning of the show and not in the first or the second hour, it's kind of insane because $20,000 for first place, dude. That's like grandmasters don't get that for winning the World Open, which was historically the biggest open, prize fund tournament in the United States. So
Well,
this is awesome.
It's true, and not only that, there's a lot of eyeballs on this event too. And while some of the players in this event maybe wouldn't have ever thought of it that way, but they are some of the most watched chess players of all time, and some of the most handsomely rewarded chess players of all time, and it's a lot of fun. Speaking of handsome rewards, the community came in clutch yesterday, Levy. I would love to get to another epic goal today with the two of us driving the show. It's every dime counts, everyone. It does go to charity, and every dime is matched by Chess.com. So can we at least get over 30 today? Maybe get close to that 35,000 marker. Let's find out. Let's find out together. All right, and before we dive in, one more moment to thank our first sponsor of the day, Gayaki, of course. They are our official regenerative yerba mate, and they're celebrating 25 years. Make sure you spam the Gayaki emote in the chat for your chance to win a case. We do have a lot in the office. Levy, did you get your case of Gayaki yet?
I did. I've been enjoying sipping on that orange essence, I think it's called. So yeah,
orange. I've got classic gold in front of me here, and I've also got a cue coming in from my producer that it's time for us to take our first break. The players aren't quite set yet, so we're going to take a very quick break. Don't go anywhere. When we return, more specific previewing and the actual games going down between Rainn Wilson and Benji Fishy. It's PogChamps 3 presented by GRIP6.
Reach deep into yerba mate culture, and you'll discover people have long gathered to imbibe mate to awaken the mind, perform extraordinary feats, and exchange confidences. Brewed from the naturally caffeinated and nourishing leaves of the species of holly native to the South American Atlantic rainforest, come to life with Guayaquil's wide assortment of yerba mate offerings, all with powers to unite and energize.
Subscribe to One Channel Free.
BJ Minton, the founder of GRIP6. When I was 14, my very first job was a janitor at an elementary school, and I saved up my money, and one of the first things I bought was a wooden chessboard from the mall. I love chess. Chess is challenging. Chess is thinking ahead, it's planning, it's problem solving. It's very similar in manufacturing, because in manufacturing, it's nothing but problems. But problems are what stimulate your brain, and problems are the things that actually push you into creating new things, new technology, better products, things like that. At GRIP6, we make belts, wallets, and socks. We guarantee them for life, and just like chess, they'll be around forever.
I love that. First of all, just want to say from the founder and head of everything at one point over there at GRIP6, the guy started it himself, of course, and everything about GRIP6 is an extension of him, and they are awesome. I'm fiddling with my chess wallet in front of me right now, but got to remind all of you that you can go get a chess-themed wallet. They are on a special back order. They sold out, but if you go to go.chess.com/grip6, use the code PogChamps20, you not only can get 20% off, but you can sign yourself up for a back order. They are going to make a limited quantity to catch up with the high demand that they received for the wallets. Of course, you can also get belts, wool socks, which again, I'm wearing some right now. I actually have that exact pair that you see on that image with kind of the neon green. They feel super comfy. So,
I've got
anyway,
the red
pretty
ones.
pumped. Yeah, Levy, go ahead.
Nice. I got the low cut red ones. I'm a little bit ashamed to admit, you know, in these quarantine times, how long you can leave socks on your feet and not change them. They were very comfortable. You know, they were so comfortable that.
Hey, don't ever be ashamed to admit that. I mean, it's business up top, party down low. That is the life of a streamer. All right, here we go. Let's preview these matches. We've got Rainn Wilson versus Benji Fishy. This is the last matchup that will decide who plays Sardoche in the championship. And so, regardless of the fact that I think Sardoche is the favorite, no matter who he faces, this is a coin flip today, right? Obviously, those who've been paying attention know that I've been working with Rainn. We know Benji's been working super hard with Jan Ludwig Hammer, Norwegian Grandmaster. But I told Rainn, I think him and Benji are two of the best players left, and I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, totally. And basically, the way it seems right now is that Sardoche, Benji, and Rainn are obviously the three strongest. But to be honest, like it really felt like a comeback story by Ludwig yesterday. Yeah. He played unbelievable. I was hyped. I've never been as hyped as I was yesterday watching that match. It was like the whole, pre-show hype with the music and then the storytelling. Lud's got a very, compelling way to keep your attention. So that was sick. I wish he had held it together a little bit more under the pressure of the Blitz game. But how was did you do any prep with Rainn for Benji?
We did. I'm not going to get into it yet because obviously we'll see what happens on the board. But we, obviously I'm a big believer in the prep being focus on what you do best. Don't try to change things at the last minute because we know how often that can actually backfire. I think unless your opponent has revealed like some obvious weakness, right? Then really it's just about improving your openings, improving your approach to things so that you're in the best space possible. Speaking of being in the best space possible, I think the games are starting. In fact, looks like they have, and we're off to see the Wizard with a French. And we did look at this, full disclosure, because Benji, for the record, has pretty much only played a French in his chess career. And so Rainn and I spent some time just looking at the basics of the advanced variation, no trickery, and you're going to see that on the board.
Yeah, advanced is it's a hot subject of debate because I remember way back when I told Hikaru, I don't think that this is like the best way for white to try to, get a French player out of their comfort zone. But to be honest, if you prepare like the Miller-Barry with bishop to d3, which is very tricky. Right. Okay. So is this still
this is still what we looked at? Man, I guess I'm just going to have to talk about it because it's happening. I did not expect this to happen necessarily because Benji has also played some different stuff. But this is the mainline French. And I agree with you. I initially tried to get Rainn to play my own knight to c3, which is move 3, knight to c3, for those wondering. But ultimately, he felt really comfortable with the structure, and he feels like that's the one thing that he feels kind of confident about is getting that structure. And so, you know, we worked through the basic of the advanced ideas. We talked about playing A3 so that you could get B4. And we see that Benji has actually not stopped that. So we'll see if Rainn plays B4, which is what we looked at. And I hope that he follows through with kind of the idea.
You know,
But
I'm
you're not
actually
going to see, this is no Danya Prophet here. When I coach my students, I'm not looking for a checkmate in 6 moves. All due respect to the Prophet, right? I'm just like, hey man, this is what you're doing in this structure. This is where your pieces belong. You're a good player. This is the middle game ideas you'll get, and go for it.
The craziest thing about Benji is that he's had his Chess.com account since 2018. In January of this year, January 10th, his rapid rating was 817. He has gained 545 points. He is currently at his peak, which he hit yesterday. So this kid, I mean, that's insane, Danny. Like
100%. And he's been, I mean, Hammer's been tweeting about it. They've been playing practice games, right? Training games. So he is all in. And when we first invited Benji, because of the Fortnite conflict he had, he really wanted in, but he wasn't sure he could get it. Not only has he played in PogChamps, but he's maybe going to knock on the door to getting in the final against Sardoche. So we are officially in original territory in terms of our prep. Just so the cat is out of the bag, Danny working with Rainn Wilson. I talked to him about playing B4 if given the opportunity, and that would be the best way to relieve the pressure on the queen side. He's kind of mixed up the line a little bit here with this bishop d3 move, but obviously it's still okay. White is still in a good space. But the reason I taught him b4, Levy, is because now you can't play bishop e3 because queen takes b2. So he's kind of forced to part ways with the light square bishop, which is really not ideal. To be fair, though, Benji also took on d4 early, which is also not ideal because it's giving Rainn this move knight to c3.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually the deep meta of all of this opening is that White waits to move the b1 knight, wants to put it on c3. I'm drawing arrows on my own board because I'm so used to it.
I love that.
But yeah, and actually does Rainn know this idea from your training, or does he just realize that snapping that knight is just nice because now you're going to play knight c3 and hit d5?
I think he knows he messed up because in theory, he kind of didn't have a choice. I mean, okay, you can play the gambit lines, but the move order he played, there's no way to defend the d-pawn other than taking here. Right?
Yeah, that's fair, right? Because bishop e3. Okay, now he goes b4. So I guess the real issue is that White trades the light squared bishop and has 6 pawns out of 7 on the wrong color square. You've got a dark squared bishop left, but all your pawns are on dark squares. So still, computer is like trying to say White has some advantage, and that basically rests in the fact that Black has those 2 bishops, but the position is very closed. So
yeah, and one of the things probably Benji should have done instead of castles to take advantage of the way Rainn played it is to try to play a move like a5 in some of these positions where your goal is to pry open and kind of target the queen side, especially with White's inability to play b5, which you can sometimes do with a bishop on d3. So I think the question will be interesting as to whether Benji understands this a5 idea. Have him and Hammer talked about that's a key point in undermining the French structure? Did they not get around to that because they didn't necessarily expect a3? I think that's going to be a key thing in this position, and we see he kind of doesn't, and he's actually blundered the d5 pawn. So this is not working out well for Benji.
No, it's not. And okay, I mean, the truth is that after knight takes d5, e7 is still protected. So computer is giving like +4 or something completely ridiculous because it's got a very kind of methodical way now to pick apart everything and win. But Rainn's got to see through everything. Like he's got to realize that taking on e7 is good, and then he's got to realize like the next step. It's not just winning a pawn; it's that Black's position is going to crumble.
Right.
But
I think he kind of got lucky that Benji just didn't play bishop e6 there, right? But okay, he's gotten the d5 pawn, and now he should be in control. Speaking of in control, the community continuing to guide us. They're steering us toward this 30,000, maybe 35,000. Peter KKIJ just donated $100, and we've had some other smaller donations too. So thank you so much. Hoping to reach our goals yet again for the 2nd day in a row. All right. Man, I don't know how you feel. I know that Anna gets super nervous with her students. I know that, just different coaches have different personalities. When I'm here, I legit feel zero pressure. Like maybe that's because I'm detached. Maybe it's because I have 4 kids, so I don't really care what Rainn does. I don't know. He doesn't listen to me half the time in the lessons anyway. So, you know, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest, and if he's gonna trash me, no, I'm kidding. He's great, but Levy, jokes aside, do you feel pressure when your students are playing that they do what you did, or are you kind of emotionally unattached?
It's been a while, right? So before I was, well, even when I was streaming, I ran a Scholastic chess program, for those that don't know. And I think I felt that pressure for a kid that was like a good kid, like a kid that, you know, works hard. Like I want them to do well. But I'm
So
not gonna
not
lie,
like
Danny.
Rainn Wilson, not a good kid.
Well, yeah,
right?
like I had those students that like wouldn't pay attention after lessons. So like, you know, I had a kid the last round of states. Like we were in the running
For
to
sure.
win it.
I was nervous in those moments for sure. Yeah.
No. So there's a plot twist. So this kid is like not a very nice kid, like, you know, very, you know, pompous kid, whatever.
Oh.
Comes back, made it in 8 moves. And I remember looking at him and being like,
Well,
shouldn't have talked shit. It was just, like, you know, like in that moment, I was like, how do I counterbalance my desire to be a good
will
coach?
someone please clip that? That is the best chess coach advice to your kid losing a big game. Clip that and ship that for Levy Rozman, please, on Twitter. Okay. Rookie one played by Rainn. Great move. And obviously, regardless of our discussion on the opening prep, Rainn didn't quite get what I worked with him on. But clearly, I think Benji struggled with the advanced line anyway, not knowing kind of the A5 idea. So in the end, Benji's big mistake of taking too early on D4 is a good lesson for French players, because that's really what leads to the advantage Rainn got here with Knight C3 and the D5 pawn. So this is good. Benji's got to work his way out of this. I'm with Levy. It's not as clear of a win as the eval bar would make you think.
After that move, it might be.
Although after that move, if he takes E7, you've got D5. We got forking problems on the D file. We also have taking F6. Ooh, this is going to get spicy.
Yeah, this is the, okay. See the problem. Well, that's a great move. But Benji's got to find Bishop D5. Like, it's a great move unless you play Bishop D5.
Got to plug the square. Right. Yeah, good point.
Because otherwise, if Black goes...
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say if Bishop F7, E6, D5. I mean, Black resigns. Black stops playing the French defense after Bishop F7. So
I did tell Rainn that. I said my main goal is for you to get Hammer to feel like he needs to switch his students' openings. Like, that's the main goal. And he's like, "Who's Hammer?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it." Yeah,
that. I always wonder, in these events, like how many of these creators know each other, like. Not even by name, just by content, all this stuff, because they're all over. They're all working, maybe even hundreds of hours in a 7-day week. I'm just curious, like, do people listen to Logic's music? But put that, and then like, do they watch Mr. Beast's videos? There's so many different people across so many different kind of categories. But back to the chess. This is looking like your guy's gonna win the game.
It's falling apart. Well, it is one of the funny things about having Rainn in the event, because the dude's Dwight Schrute, right? I mean,
yeah,
he's maybe the name Rainn Wilson isn't trending in the same way that Mr. Beast or Pokimane is, but we know The Office is still the most watched show. Netflix said so, and if you Google how can I watch The Office, you would be following a Google trend, because most people freaked out when that content is officially on Peacock. By the way, I'm subscribing to Peacock pretty much for The Office.
I don't know what that is. That Peacock is an animal with a fancy tail, as far as I knew.
It's the new NBC streaming service. Everyone's goal these days is to shut down content, lock it down, so that we all have 75 subscriptions we have to maintain.
Are you allowed to promote another streaming way on a streaming website? Yeah.
You're not? Oh, man.
We'll cut it out of the YouTube VOD.
I'll add it to the list of streaming platforms I shouldn't be mentioning, a la Mixer. Anyway.
What is Peacock? I've never heard of that. Okay, wait. If I go to Google and I type in Peacock, am I going to get...
do it.
Am I... Oh, okay. It's just an animal. It's just... Okay.
I have no idea.
All right.
Anyway, Rainn is definitely cleaning up here. So, tough lesson for Benji. I think that Rainn, again, didn't get what we looked at, but the goal I took as a coach paid off, because I was like, look, man, always what happens here is most of the time you look at these specific X's and O's, he plays a move order, one of you forgets it. Focus on the forest through the trees. What are you doing here? And that's really legit is my mindset. And I think it's partly because I've had so many experiences where when you try to go the other way and buckle down and say, this is the exact trap, the amount of times you get what happened between Charlie and XQC, Levy, is like 1 in a million, right? It just never works out that way. So you should focus on your bigger chess goals rather than trying to trap people. All right, I'll get off my soapbox about coaching. All right, here we go.
Yeah, and that was that, that was a point of like contention, right? Because on the one hand, you want your student to win. Speaking of which, like that story of the kid losing in 8 moves, that was an opening trap, and like sometimes you lose in an online 3-minute game, sometimes you lose in the last round of the state championship. Like,
right, it happens to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I've been caught. I remember there was a day I was streaming, I was like on a roll. And then a guy gave me a piece in the opening. I'm like, what is this? I got mated a few moves later, and it was a trap. I got trapped. Like, I thought I knew the traps, all the traps. I got trapped. It's like, queen sack for mate, like the most nasty trap I've ever seen. So you could learn something new every day, even if you get clowned on stream. So,
well, the only thing that could go wrong here now is Rainn missing back rank. So it's on the board, as a God Mator would say, on the board. Will he stop checkmate?
Yeah, I think that at this level he will. I mean, I just, these are the final few participants of the event. Queen E1 is there it is. Nice. Bishop B2. I don't like that he hasn't created a fort for his king, but I also don't think he's going to hang back rank mate.
Yeah. No, I don't think he will either. By the way, Rainn was very proud of the hat that he bought. He showed me in last night's lesson. He said if he started to lose, he was gonna rip off his shirt and just like focus on just the hat on the screen, like try to intimidate the kid. He asked me if I thought that would intimidate his opponent. I said no.
Well, Danny, it's like Speed Chess Championship, right? Like we pan to any GM and it's just this. It's just basically like
we call it the Fabby cam, the forehead cam.
Yeah, exactly. That's you guys watch any GM on camera. That's they're under the screen. It's amazing.
And you've been a part of those tech sessions. It's always so funny because we're like, all right, are you sure this is where you're going to be when you're playing? Yep. All right, can you move around a little bit for me? Show me how you're going to be. Yep, this is where I'm going to be. The moment the first game starts, completely out of frame. It's like, oh dear God, here we go again. I think that a lot of them have gotten better because of the online experience, but it is funny. Okay, wow. And look at that move. That's a great move by Rainn. I think even though it wasn't necessary, I think he saw that the rook was pinned, right? And so he's getting the queen out of the way, preparing to take. He's in great shape.
Yes, I think part of our getting distracted here is the fact that within 15 moves, white is up a rook. This is the last thing that I expected. I'm not going to lie.
I agree.
But that's what happens when opening meltdowns happen. And
well, really, it was just one blunder, right? If we go, it was knight takes d5 because if you play bishop e6, black is. I mean, like you. I think you said it well, Levy. You said the computer still thinks it's equal, but we were already talking about black has the bishop pair, talking about a5. I mean, I personally, I don't know. I feel like the long-term features of this position could be better for black because of that. But it's sometimes you make a blunder, and we had this yesterday. Me and Hikaru, like you make a blunder, and then it's like everything falls apart. It was the worst blunder you could make for the position, and then this move is, so there you go. That's what happened. Welcome everyone, PogChamps3 presented by GRIP6.
Hey, so your move order, if you take this back to move 6, so you combined knight f3 with a3. This idea to expand on the queen.
I want to stay here just to make sure Benji doesn't blunder mate. And then we're going to go back and answer that.
Fair.
Because I actually don't know that I have the answer you want. I don't know that I'm a French advanced expert. My line is knight c3. But I'll tell you what I taught Rainn. Full disclosure.
No, I was okay. He doesn't hang mate. No, I was just going to say that what you taught Rainn took Benji to a spot.
Because normally a3 is the move if you're going to play it in this order.
Yes, and so what I was going to say, I checked his games. I went to opening tree, and I checked Benji's games. The way you taught Rainn to play, coincidentally, Benji's only seen 2 times out of like 70 games ever. So he wasn't prepared for this. He reacted wrong, and at this level, when you react wrong, it can snowball. You don't feel confident. You don't find the right ideas.
Dude, do you know what's hilarious about this? This only happened because I don't know the line well. Like, I literally was just teaching him, dude, you just develop and play a3. I didn't even think about the move order. Wow, look at that. 5-head right there.
Genius.
Genius.
All right, yeah, let's...
All right.
I feel kind of bad. I feel kind of bad because this is just going to be a long conversion process. Now White's going to trade the queen. Benji's probably going to play queen g6, but it's you know, Rainn's going to win it.
You and I would be great baseball commentators because we've been commenting on a lopsided game for a while, and I'm having a good time.
Oh, it's great. I think the truth is that like we know the result at this level. I mean, unless Rainn just does something catastrophic, so we can talk about anything. I mean,
That's
sunflower
true.
seeds,
That's true.
isn't that a big?
And he still hasn't freed his back rank, so I mean,
Yeah.
blunders happen.
I don't know. I mean, we did see a completely insane Rainn Wilson in the second game against Moist Critical. Like that
Yes.
was but this. At this point, you're up 3 minutes. Chill out, trade the pieces. Don't lose anything. Don't hang mate. You'll be fine.
Queen f5. There you go. Shout out to the community and the viewership. We're growing here. The day's just getting started. Ooh, very good. Okay, this is an awesome battery set up by Benji. And again, this is what you would love to see.
that is the most tightrope walking way to stop that mate, Danny.
You took the words out of my mind. I was about to say what you'd love to see. What you'd love to see, right? Bishop c3 is the move that's like, dude, solve the problem.
Yeah, I mean, like G3, we go to break. Like we don't even. Okay, now rook d8. Just rook d8. The rook is gone. No more back rank problems.
Right.
If Rainn Wilson hangs back rank mate, I'll gift like 500.
Oh my
subs to the
god,
chat.
dude, that move you just played, I wasn't expecting it. My calf muscles tightened.
I don't have calf muscles, Danny. I go for a 2-minute walk and I get. How do you still work out in quarantine? You still work
Dude,
out?
I'm obsessed with CrossFit. It's my only therapy. But
Good
the
for
gym
you,
I go
man.
to, totally socially distanced and safe. What is going on here? Everyone gets their own box, and it's like it's away from other people. It's very, very cleanly. We have to wipe down all the weights when we're done. It's actually kind of gross the amount of Clorox that goes into keeping that place COVID free. I might be getting sick because of that, but that's a whole nother story.
Queen c8 now rook d7. All right, Rainn's done messing around. I mean, Rainn is.
He sees rook d7. We're shipping it.
Yeah, or queen d7. But yeah, rook d7. Man, Rainn just no back rank. Yeah,
Dude,
there it is. All right.
He smoked this one. He really did.
That was actually stunning. You know, I think that Benji is a little bit more solid with white. He does his whole ready with d4. You got prep against that too?
We didn't look at d4. I thought he played knight f3.
Yeah,
So
he plays like knight f3, then he delays it, then he plays
but
d4.
what Rainn does mostly is a King's Indian setup. That's if you've seen his games. He plays the d6 stuff as black, where he got in big trouble against Charlie. That you know he plays like a Pierce kind of thing. So that's what Rainn does. So his plan is pretty much he's got one trick up his sleeve. He's going to go for it. If not, I told him go back to your thing. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, I would love to. I'd love to be in depth and analyze the position, but I actually, one thing I just want to point out, I don't want Rainn to take all the pawns. I actually really respect what Sardosh does when he's winning. Like he just goes for the kill. Like he doesn't care about the other pieces. And like, you know, no G3, just queen E6, like queen F7, bishop D2, done. Clean cut, game is over. So
Those
Sardosh
things
is really good at that.
why I think Sardosh, and I think you would agree, Cora and I were talking yesterday, like that, as well as the fact that he tends to play better when he plays faster. His intuition is so strong. Like the fact that sometimes you can't measure that players of all levels blunder, but certainly we know that there's a lot of blunders in PogChamps. But the fact that when he wins, he just cleans up, and the fact that he plays better when he moves quickly is a really good sign for Sardosh. But
rough one, some tough luck there, man.
Wilson, that was brutal.
Good game.
Yeah, that really was brutal. That's not quite a game that will make you quit the French defense, but it will definitely make you reconsider what to play against the advanced French. Because that game, if anything, anybody in the chat who plays E4 and struggles with the French, that was a game to watch right there. That was very convincing.
Agreed. Okay, well, that was a very quick win for Rainn Wilson, but we still have a lot of chess ahead. If you're just tuning in, don't go anywhere. We've got game 2 coming up between Rainn Wilson and Benji Fishy to decide who joins Sardoche in the championship bracket. And then, of course, Neeko and Tubbo will round out the consolation bracket later today. Me and Livy Rozman will be right back. Enjoy Hikaru with the break. It's PogChamps 3 presented by GRIP6.
Let's take a look. I know you, I'm almost certain you're debating me, but I'm gonna look anyway. But I'm gonna look anyway. Oh wait, no, let's go back to Puzzle Rush. Sorry, I have to go back to puzzles. So let's keep going with puzzles. 1 second. Oh wait, no, let's go back to Puzzle Rush. Sorry, I have to go back to puzzles. Okay, let's go back here. All right, let's keep rolling. Okay, but I don't know if you have.
This morning, I got a request from a streamer known as Ludwig on Discord for a bot v bot battle feature. So he can pair his bot, i.e. Ludwig, versus bots like Mr. Beast. You down for that feature? I started a conversation in Slack with the project team, the product team for computer. That sounds like a cool feature. What do you think?
I'm down for that. That sounds great. It's more
compare
content.
Rozman versus Rensch and just see what the bots do.
There was someone, I saw something on Twitter somewhere. Somebody made a chess streamer tournament, like a bot streamer tournament.
Oh yeah. That was Smarter Chess, or the stats guy. He has chessgoals.com, which is a great site. Go to chessgoals.com.
Yeah, there you go. And I think in the first round I played Andrea Botas, and I won, but it was intense. Oh, I didn't win. My bot did. I mean, frankly. You know, yeah. Danny, I get DMs from people who are like, "Why did your bot play H6 on move 1?" I'm like, "I don't know. I didn't program it. Sorry."
My bot is literally the punchline of things. Although I made a joke a few streams ago when I see someone like with like an 1100 rating posting that they beat the Daniel Rensch bot. Do I even need to fill in the blank in terms of what they did? Like, I mean, I love you, but
yeah. Well, there's this guy who exploited the feature where if you don't refresh the page, the bot plays the same moves.
Oh wow.
So this kid Jack, he made a video where he pre-moved like 70 straight moves or something, and then he beat my bot, and then he like recorded my reaction, made a big thing out of it.
That is hilarious. Okay, yeah, so this is not quite what we looked at. This is already a transposition. Note that Benji played knight f3, d5, and d4. So we are Rainn is on his own. I absolved myself of all influence over the game. But I did tell him this, that if we get a queen spawn, okay, he remembered that. That's awesome. You got to make sure in a queen spawn game, everybody, that you can take back with a pawn, because you've got to keep that structure together. You don't want things like this to happen where your opponent has 2 pawns in the center and you don't. This is actually theory, but we're not going to get into that. The point is, positionally, you really got to protect. So I'm glad to see Rainn remember that principle. He will probably play g6 here. Nope, he didn't. G6 and bishop back is kind of what he's familiar with, King's Indian stuff. So here we go. We'll see.
Yeah, he gets the bishop outside the pawn chain. So I guess he wanted to play e6. Now, this is not like great, but if black plays e6, it's extremely solid. Okay, he goes g6. Yeah. He's playing this like Gadakomsky, like the Schlechter Slav variation. Except he doesn't have a light squared bishop.
I'm going to shorten that last $100 dono name to T-Bird. Although I guess I could say Turd Bird. My kids will probably think it's funny. Hey, Turd Bird. Turd Bird just donated $100. Way to go, Turd Bird.
Think of all the things that get said on the PogChamps broadcast. I'm pretty sure Turd is.
I'm pretty sure it's legal.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
So Rainn played bishop g4 and takes f3. This is obviously not a. But what I'll do is I'll say the one line we kind of looked at is he wanted to have an idea against the King's Indian that if he could, he would play something like this, Levy, and basically play bishop g4 and try to play queen d7 in here. And I think, again, you know, we were looking at a specific line that's away from his structure, and I said, like, very unlikely you'll get this. So remember, you know, if and when you transpose, go to positions, play for structures you're familiar with, because you'll be more familiar with the tactics and the ideas. And so he did kind of ultimately do a little bit of both here, right? He played bishop g4, which isn't super common, but g6 is obviously very solid. And now black is in, you know, this is a very equal game. So,
yeah, if he remembers kind of the ideas of the King's Indian, which is in many positions to play the move e5, you know, he can set that up. But I think really the best move here for black is yeah, that. And now, you know, black says, I've traded my light squared bishop, but I have all these pawns on the light squares. I'll just play a6 and then, like, you know, I'll complete the mythical quest of all pawns on light squares. But Benji is really good at these positions. He likes b3, bishop b2, slow development, and then later expand with e4. He's in his wheelhouse. So, okay, and as I say that, he plays that move. So,
no, but still,
not the best
I
move.
think this shows he has the plan that you're talking about, Livy. He's aware that he needs to strive for e4. I'm with you. He needs to complete development first. Benji, you got to develop and maybe even put rooks in the center first. Don't be in a rush to play e4. But I think he has that idea in mind.
Well, I think bishop d3 was a really important loss of tempo because, yeah, like there was no need to go bishop d3. He should have just... And now, right now, if Rainn plays e5, man, this is...
No, you're right, actually.
That's
right.
Bad.
More positive. I'm officially rooting for Benji in this game. We want overtime. We want free chess. We want pizza, too.
I would love some pizza. I had pizza last night at 2 a.m. That's why I love New York City. Yeah. That's why I'm also gaining too much weight, but it was amazing, man. Pepperoni right out the oven. Oh, it was so good.
Oh my God, Rainn's in his zone today. I can feel it.
Yeah,
he's seeing the board well. E5 is a great move.
Benji, it's insane, Danny. That like I heard you say this to Hikaru yesterday. That we're talking about one maneuver or one pawn move in PogChamps. It's one move, bishop d3, and all of White's chances to get an advantage were gone because he coordinated his pieces the wrong way.
No, and it shows, you know, you're following up on what me and Hikaru were saying. It shows how far we've come. I mean, these guys are all, you know, not to say that any of the players in the beginning of PogChamps, even if they were more beginner level, that it wasn't the same kind of authentic. Everyone's trying to get better at chess experience, but it really does show that, you know, when you have people going full Hafu, and you got Sardoche on the grind, right? And then you've got players like Rainn Wilson and Benji Fishy. I think from the very beginning, Benji, Rainn, and Sardoche have clearly been the top guys. By the way, taking d5 was a really good response by Benji. This is not going to be that clear at all.
Yeah, so you don't need to take what just got moved because then you would have gotten your queen and bishop forked, which is the whole reason bishop d3 was such a problem, is that you didn't need to make that move. Your bishop was not really changing too much. You know what the computer is suggesting here? c5 by black, which just looks like a mouse slip. It's the best move. And then it wants knight a4. And that's why the eval bar is so deceiving.
Get ready for this eval bar to go nuts, everybody, because I don't think and here you go. Rainn plays queen e7. So as much as we were applauding e5, and I think it was rightfully so, I think Rainn is seeing the board well, and he clearly saw this idea. But the truth is, it may have been a little bit of a too advanced follow-up, because now he's going to get himself in trouble.
Yeah, d takes c6. Now Benji's got to get that tunnel vision. Benji's got to realize e4 is not a threat, which I think is why he played bishop d3. He was so worried about the e4 square, but there's no threat. Like, you're fine. Just take the pawn.
Take the
on
pawn,
c6, not on e5.
Probably don't take twice, because a rook will come to c8 and hit the knight. And maybe it works. I haven't gone full Hikaru here and actually, you know, calculated. But I think now Rainn is going off the deep end here.
Oh man, Rainn's gone wild.
I think they both had just miscalculated the pieces on that square.
Yeah, that's it. And the problem is that now black is down 3 pawns. Just like that. I mean, okay, so bishop d3 was genius. I mean, what to
you
say,
said
right?
at the break. You said Benji's much more solid as white, even if he made the small step there. I think that this is okay. Rainn was down almost a rook against Charlie, right? And came back and drew to hold his match. So you know, I think he's a strong enough player and he shouldn't give up, but I think more than likely this is looking like Benji's game right now.
Yeah, now Rainn's, well, he's got to take the bishop, but I think that at that point, Benji's probably going to take with the queen. Just like, you know,
trade off.
His instinct is, just trade the queen. I'm up pawns. What you showed earlier, like if we go back before Rainn played e4, although now he takes on c6. So he's, it's a avalanche now.
He's getting in trouble. But yeah, if takes, I think takes could have been met by this, but
yeah.
Peter says white's fine here. I don't even know. Oh,
I think knight d5. Yeah, knight d5.
Yeah, okay, that's it.
Yeah, but maybe, well, I was going to say maybe Rainn saw that, but clearly that was not his idea. His idea was that e4, and it was sadly a bad idea. And sometimes in chess, bad ideas result in a lot of loss. And in this case, it's a lot of pawns.
Yeah.
Still tricky.
Obviously, Black's in big trouble. The other thing, he's also down on time. So one thing you got to give kudos to Benji is like that first game was bad, right? He got his butt kicked in the French. But the mindset he comes back with here, I mean, he's playing fast, he's playing confident. It shows that he's not rattled, and so,
yeah, I think it's important for a guy like Benji. Like when you lose a game like that, you're just like, what did I do wrong? Oh, I made that one wrong pawn capture in the opening. Okay, boom. Next time I know what I'm supposed to do. So that's it.
Short-term memory loss.
Oh, it's so useful in chess. Except I still remember.
I know
dumb moves I played from years ago.
You. And like, well, and maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe you're like, no, Danny, we're nothing alike. But what I'll say is I'm definitely a streaky player. So the problem with that is like when things are going well, they can go really well, right? But when you can't let go of mistakes, a lot of the times, you know, you go into those like you're playing against the ghosts of your past, right?
Yep.
And so it's easier said than done. But I do think all the great whites, all the great white sharks, right, in any sport have short-term memory loss, you know, and they just smell blood in the water. They don't remember their mistakes, and that's what they do. I read that term in a book called Talent is Overrated, great book. And he talks about the great white shark mentality and it's short-term memory loss.
Yeah, I should probably buy that book. Who's the author?
I love the title because I'm like, oh, talent is overrated. That means I have a chance.
That's what I'm saying. Who's the author? I'm gonna look this. No, I've already Googled enough things. By the way, A4 is a wonderful move. Bishop A3 is a wonderful idea.
Great move. Yeah, it not only threatens A5, it threatens Bishop A3. What a weird match. I mean, this could be like 2 games of just lopsided chess here.
Yeah, A4 is great. What an amazing idea. Like in a position full of pawns and bishops and queen and knight, he finds a pawn move. Like, see, he wanted to play Bishop A3. And good kid, man. He's really good.
Okay, you can play Bishop B5 and save. I mean, that's probably the best. Bishop B7, obviously, if you're into that kind of thing, right? If you're attacking rooks on the back rank. Now some people are into that. That's a move.
Yeah, because it's definitely a move. Definitely a move. The good thing is you're at least defended, so you don't really worry about if the rook moves up and attacks you. But yeah, for the most part, you probably should avoid very simple one-move attacking moves that don't do too much. But in this case, it gets your bishop out of the way or out of danger. Just don't go D5. Don't go D5. You lose the game, you go D5 maybe. So.
Well, the problem with D5, obviously, if it trades pieces, but you know you don't want to create. But no, D5 is not a bad move at all, right? I mean, it's a way to get some pieces off the board.
It's my concern was the A1 rook. I don't want him to open the diagonal and just completely forget. So, but he plays Bishop E5. Yeah. Queen takes B3. Queen takes B3 action.
A little bit back in the game. You still got to worry about Bishop A3. But at this point, you just got to get some material back. So you should probably take and then cross your fingers.
Yeah, it's 2 pawns up now. I mean, you know, it's still a game, man, because it's White's advantage is in the fact that White is up 2 pawns. But you don't feel it always because the more pawns that have been traded, the more open the lines are. So everything's open. It's all open, all over the place.
Yeah, you're right. And these are 2 pawns, but they're also like, you know, they're not the most dangerous pawns yet. You know, you advance them up the board, that's one thing, but they're not like a 2-pass pawn advantage against nothing on the queen side. So this is going to take some coordination, going to take some technique for Benji for sure.
In positions like this, it's very often you don't need to play a move like that because now the queen just goes exactly back to where it was. And what have you done? You kind of put your rook on a weird square. So
or even B4, right? Queen B4 would that would threaten rook C1. I think that's a little bit advanced, but you're right. You get yourself in trouble when you start putting pieces on squares they don't belong. You know, even if it's not a blunder yet, that stuff adds up, comes back to bite you. As they say, that stuff comes back with you. Not everything stays in Vegas. Okay.
I wouldn't know. Only times I've ever been in Vegas, I played chess there in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just there like solo.
Dude, I'm like you. I've spent more time in casinos for someone who has never actually gambled. I spend more time in casinos maybe than any other human.
Did you just watch? What were you,
I
playing
was
chess?
just raised in, chess tournaments. On the West Coast, you were going to Vegas all the time.
Yeah, one of my craziest Vegas experiences is going to sound like super like mild, but a millionaire chess
open.
Does
this end with a white tiger and you're at Mike Tyson's house?
No.
Okay.
It ends with me. I was 19, my first or 18.
And you were in bed by 9 with a nice.
Yep. Yep. No joke. I stayed at the Travelodge in Vegas, which all these resorts, but I was like a kid and I was like, I'm going to go play a chess tournament. I wanted to save money. So I walked every day to Planet Hollywood and I had to walk through the casino to make it to it was wild. I couldn't step off of the carpet. You know what I mean? Like on the casino, if you step in the casino.
You're stay in your lane, kid. You're not 21.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, by the way,
Exactly.
Rainn is avoiding trades, which this is a good idea, I think, conceptually, when you're like, all right, I'm losing, need to keep the pieces on the board. But rook cd8 is actually a big mistake if Benji sees bishop a3, because this rook here is running out of squares. It looks like Benji has played a5 and knight b5. So that was a missed opportunity from Benji. Bishop a3 would have been pretty nice, and that's what the computer liked.
Rook c6 now, probably just attack the queen.
True. But yeah, white is still better.
Let's put it this way. Not too much has changed, and the time keeps ticking. So something's got to happen soon.
Right. And now Benji is down on the clock. So we were praising him earlier for being in the right mindset. Short-term memory loss. You're up on the clock.
Man, that is a fancy move, but very unnecessary.
That's a move that gives a coach a little bit of a... if you listen closely, you can hear young Ludwig Hammer squeezing his teddy bear for comfort.
Like, if white's queen is on g3 here, that could have been a disaster, because knight c3, knight e2.
Just to show the imaginary tactic, if the queen is here, giving up your queen, and then taking e2 with a fork down on the king and queen over here. So,
that would have been...
Imagine that. Young Ludwig Hammer. I'm sure you're lurking, watching, waiting, judging, a lot like my wife, just sitting there in the shadows. How's the teddy bear, buddy? Tell me in chat.
He's been live, and I think he's been watching his protege.
Okay, he's
compete.
busy. Sorry, everyone, go over to twitch.tv/GMJLH. Give him a follow.
Yes. Did you just compare your wife to Young Ludwig Hammer? I'm still like, I was looking for a follow-up. I couldn't think of one. I'm just making sure I heard that right. Who should be offended in that case? Probably your wife.
It's complicated, right? A lot like Hammer's relationship status. All right, let's listen into Hammer. Actually, it's kind of a rare thing we can do. So we're gonna cue him up, and I don't know how long we'll be able to stand this, but let's see as long as we can.
Right.
Benji gives away the bishop. That was his plan with the previous move. Now he needs to deal with the threat against his rook. Fortunately, he has a very nice way of dealing with that, because he can move his rook up, and then that rook is protected, and it's protecting this guy, it's protected by that guy, and it's putting pressure against this guy. So Benji has now starting to find some harmony with his pieces.
Yeah, I agree.
There you go.
Hammer's a pretty good chess commentator.
Yeah, I think Hammer is like the first person on earth to pronounce every letter in every word. He just has like the way he talks. He just talks perfectly. Like, I don't know. He has like a very perfect way of it doesn't, no slang, no, just like very precise. Like I want him to coach me on anything, how to assemble a piece of furniture. I want him to stand there and be like, all right, now you've got to.
For those who don't know, and sometimes we say things in chat, and I understand chat, you're like, don't ask us to understand your inside jokes, Dandy. So I get it. I'm not trying to defend, but I'm good friends with Hammer, and he's actually very well known. He may be the face of commentary in Norway. For those who don't know, he's childhood friends with Magnus Carlsen, was actually his second when Magnus won his first world championship title. And Hammer does commentary for TV2 in Norway, which is a big private broadcasting corporation, and they cover chess. Most people think of NRK, but anyway, so Hammer is a fantastic chess commentator, jokes aside, and he is worth a follow if you want to do it. But okay, this game's coming back. We do need to buckle up here. We've got 2.5 minutes approaching for Benji. And Rainn, to his credit, like he did against Charlie Levy, he was losing out of the opening, but this is still an absolute mess.
That is a really good move, dude.
Super good, because it was maybe the only way to guard both pieces here. You've got...
Well, there's Rook A2, but Rook A2 is kind of a gross move. Like, I don't know. It's he finds the equal danger, and now that's super clutch. Very, very clutch by Benji. And now Benji's competed in like massive, you know, Fortnite tournaments. It's obviously not the same. Chess is very slow-paced compared to that, but your time is constantly ticking. It's a very different type of adrenaline.
Yep. The adrenaline's huge. I mean, Rainn was saying last night, he's like, man, I feel like I'm like 20% worse as a player when I play in front of so many people. He's like, I know that surprised you because I'm an actor, but it's different. Like when so many people are watching me, live viewing is different than recording. Like, you know what I mean? And he was like saying, like, I'm so nervous when I'm playing. And I'm like, dude, I understand. And I said, well, if it makes you feel any better, you're playing in the most viewed chess tournament of all time. So no pressure.
Straight up, by the way, like that is amazing. Not dare I not compare my improv extracurricular activity freshman year of college to, you know, Dwight Schrute, you know, in the office. Like it's so good. You show up. We showed up for 5 hours every Sunday to record, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. It was on the west side, Manhattan. You show up, you eat food, you hang out, you know, you talk a little banter with your friends, you record stuff, cut, action, this, you're gone. Like streaming's very different. I mean, in the Speed Chess Championship, it's nerves, man. The heart rate is up even before you're playing. So I get it. I totally get it.
Well, Rainn is keeping this close. Benji now at 2 minutes and 20 seconds. But if the A5 pawn falls,
there it goes.
Yeah, this is still anyone's game. And actually, remember, all Rainn needs is a draw to punch his ticket to the championship. So we are all rooting for Benji. We want overtime here. But the advantage has slipped away. You know, if he finds that idea like knight d3, knight e5, though, right now what he needs to do, Levy, is use the dynamic duo, the queen and the knight, to create something against the king over here.
Yes, the only two pieces that if you combine them hold all the powers. I mean, they can't, you know, take they can't promote when they get to the end, but he's got to not fall behind too much on time.
With our forces combined, we are Captain Planet. That's a great move, by the way. He's headed to b7. Fantastic.
That's such a good move. Such a good move. And he has king h2, so his king is always safe.
Yep.
That little fort.
No, despite that a-pawn falling, I feel like Benji he's in a hard position to blunder. Right? Like, look at it. Everybody's protected. He's got a very good piece set, meaning the pieces, as Levy said, they work well together. And if he's got his eyes on the prize of f7, I think this is going to be super hard for Rainn.
I'm trying to predict what Rainn is thinking. Like, he obviously sees rook b7. I'm thinking he'll go rook d7, but then rook b8, and now you have a whole new set of problems. Or will he play like queen a6 or queen c7, just not letting them? But again, you run into more problems. Queen c7, knight d5. So what is he going to do? And he doesn't even know.
Is like queen a2, and he doesn't find it. Queen a2 would have been a move that like defends f7. Wow. But Benji's backing up. Why didn't he play rook b7?
I think he mentally prepared queen e2. I think at this point you start preparing moves. You're like, if he does this, I'm just snap off a move because but rook b7, of course. Yeah, rook b7 would have been better. He was worried about queen e1, I think. Queen e1, rook b7, queen e1, but there's nothing there.
Right? Checks are for kids, right? You got to remember, it's just a check, and now this is actually just winning for white. Queen a4.
Computer I was going to say, Danny, computer wants queen f3, so it wants you to just go back and say, I messed up.
You went the wrong way when the computer would rather you go right back to that square. But Benji is still... I think one thing we'll say from a technique perspective, if Benji kind of has his eyes like, let me go win this pawn. If he can do it, if he can get rid of that pawn, then he's in a position, you know, that I think he'll win.
He wants rook a1, I guess. Like, or queen b3. Yeah, maybe. Or queen b6. Queen b6 now.
B6 is spicy.
What does black play on queen b6?
You almost have to
probably like queen e8.
What do you
b7?
play? Because actually,
rook b8, rook b8, rook b8, rook b8.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. Ouch. We're both just missing it. Rook b8.
Rook b8, Jesus. Rook b8, wow. Because in my mind, I was like, you have to keep the bishop protected. Nah, you give that bishop straight up.
That's how the eval bar goes the other way, boys and girls. Just watching Danny and Levy do commentary.
IMs do it better. Who needs? I mean, GMs are too perfect. I mean, it's like you know, art.
100%.
Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that. Huge mistake. Knight h5.
Knight h5 or any knight move. This is not a move that Rainn wants to play. That is terribly weakening to his king side.
Oh, knight h5, just sneak in. Oh man.
The thing that's sick about knight h5 is now you've got back rank threats.
Yeah, g7 is covered. Oh, it's too
wrong way.
That's too sober of a move. He needed to get weird with it.
I almost wonder if Benji's just a little, I don't want to say intimidated, he's a little nervous, right? I feel like he knows Rainn is the strongest player he's faced yet. And he's not playing as aggressive as we saw him clean up some of the other matches he had, right? I mean, I feel like he's playing a little timid here.
Was that a slip or does he want to play a5? Rook b8 there was really good. But okay, rook a8 is fine as well. Yeah, this is surgical. Now, will Rainn realize he can trade queens and push the pawn? It's actually his best move, even though ironically... Okay, and he does it. I was going to say ironically.
He takes, and here comes a5. And now if you're Benji... Oh, no, he doesn't.
No, a5. e4. Just go. e4, e5. Oh, wrong pawn.
Neither player is using their pawn advantage. Use your pawn advantage.
Yeah, guys, come on. Oh, man. All right, e4. All right, take h5. Take
h5
e4.
and
Come on.
Play e4. e4, e5. Okay, remember, we're here for the long time, not necessarily the good times. We're only giving commentary to help their understanding. No criticism. We know it's hard to be under a minute. That's what I'm saying. But yes, neither player has to yet use it. But a5 is the first real threat to do so.
It's so hard to keep your nerves here as white. Yeah, you're going to go all in. I think Rainn's going to take and play a4, but that would actually probably just be wrong because but e6, a3. Oh my God.
What a crazy move, because actually if Benji goes for e6 instead of coming back, he could lose.
Yeah.
Okay, if Benji plays e6 instead of coming back,
he might actually lose the game. But rook f7, king g8. How do you...
I don't think you can get back.
Oh, he goes back.
Okay, this was the best move, I think, from a practical perspective, too. Like, he realizes he can stop the pawn levy, and he's even in a position to, like, run over and get it with the king, in theory, because he's got a big majority here. Like, that might even work. So, king e4.
King g4 now. Wrong way.
Okay, I think king f5 and Benji wins the game. He played it. I think Benji's going to win this game, and we're going to have overtime, kids.
Does Rainn find rook a5 only move? So that if king g5, I guess at least wow. f4, but then gf. But then
F4.
gf. Maybe stay patient, e4. Then f6.
No, but
okay,
but as long as he takes with the e pawn. If as long as Benji takes with the e pawn, I think he's still. Okay.
Oh,
good
wow.
move by Benji.
This is insanity. Wow.
This is a real rook ending, ladies and gentlemen. Levy, look at these guys playing good stuff, right? The rook is properly balancing defensive measures along the ranks. You know, Benji is properly shielding his king while he advances the pawns. Man, Dvoretsky. Shout out. All right,
Dvoretsky, indeed. This is wild, that pawn activity. And, you know, despite white having the extra pawn, the rook is just... It's a terrible situation for the pawn was up like 1 rank or even 2 ranks on a5. White has serious chances, but you can never move the rook because a2. And
oh man, before you describe that, I realize you're right. This might be hard for a bit. Okay, that was a big mistake by Rainn. I don't know that Rainn will realize he needs to give up the a pawn to trade it for the f pawn. He has to find things like rook a4.
No, I think I think it's good. I mean, king b3, king e4.
Oh, you're right.
You're in time. In fact, you might lose.
Oh my gosh. Rainn's going to save it. Same way he did with Charlie.
Crazy. There's nothing. I mean, the pawn's just... Yeah, now king e5. Now black is winning.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Oh no.
They're
Oh my gosh. Rainn's winning the king and pawn ending. And
unbelievable.
Benji can only draw.
Oh, it's a draw now.
Yeah, but it's over.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I know.
I was gonna say Joshua Chamberlain strikes again.
It's yeah, he was winning, and then he had to actually, you know, it's never too late. But I think Rainn doesn't really care because yeah, obviously he can't win just with a king. So, oh man, the Cinderella story, man, like winning the group, the only man to have beaten Sardoshin head to head, but we're not gonna get to see the rematch.
Yeah, it's funny because Benji's probably a tougher matchup for Sardosh. I don't know how well Rainn will handle blitz against Sardosh, but if it goes to an overtime tiebreaker. But wow, what a heartbreaker for Benji. He was totally winning in game 2. Not what you saw coming.
No, absolutely not. But I really hope he doesn't stop playing chess. I mean, he's not going to quit. What I'm just saying is, well, like,
Benji's one of the players in Twitch Rivals coming up, by the way. Which
awesome. Yeah, like he's good.
Our partnered obligatory shout out, but we'll do one that isn't required. Twitch Rivals on March 2nd, going to be pretty awesome. I know that Levy Rozman will be there, but Benji is one of the confirmed participants on March 2nd for Twitch Rivals Hand and Brain Chess Style. So,
yeah, his growth's been unbelievable. I think he's caught up to being one of the best players in the field in a month and a half. I mean, imagine what happens in a year. Might be like 1800.
All right. Well, we'll see if Rainn finishes the job or gives us a clippable stalemate, Steven. I don't know that Rainn is
King A6, King C6, maybe.
King A6, King C6 is the recipe you need. Stalemate Steven it is?
He might do it for the content, but
throw for content.
He might do it for the content. He's thinking about doing it for the content. He's not thinking how to mate here. Do it for the content, Rainn. Our clips can only be a minute long. Oh, Queen C6.
Clips can only be a minute long, so do it.
Come on, Rainn.
Rainn. Oh, he does it! Oh my god!
Draw. Oh shit.
Oh man.
Shit.
I don't know.
Too predictable.
I really should learn how to do that endgame.
Funny,
no way.
He's a killer.
No, I mean, still won. Yeah.
I should have been able to mate you there. I should have taken my time.
Nah.
Wow, what a game. Jeez.
Yeah, GG.
All right. Well, that just happened, and we're going to be back with more things that just happened here. And more things are going to happen. Let's keep it happening. Hey, Peter.
Any what?
Well, that's happening. All right, we'll be back. I might be flashing Rainn a red card. I'm going to pop out of this GRIP6 wallet. Pretty sweet. We'll be right back. More PogChamps in just a moment.
Drag Benji into stream for an interview? No. Maybe we'll listen to the interview on Chess.com. But yeah, Benji's going to be so upset right now. Sardosh will be happy? Yeah. He definitely will. Never playing to getting to the semifinals is impressive nonetheless. Yeah. Benji put in a lot of effort, but it still feels bad when the effort isn't rewarded. Today, he was kind of he was his own worst enemy. Because once he got this advantage of 3 pawns, he was so obsessed with trading that he didn't consider any aggressive possibilities whatsoever. He was all about making as many trades as possible. And that kind of came back to bite him. Especially this trade here. Because when he had his rook in the middle, he was still protecting his own pawn. And so he was chilling at this moment. But once he makes the trade, it's impossible to keep this pawn protected. And that was like part of the reason it all fell apart. Also here, he could have been aggressive. He could have tried to go for the checkmate against Black's king. but instead he just wanted to trade. He wanted to trade, and even in this situation, even though he wanted to get the trades, it wasn't. When you're a pawn up, you're no longer guaranteed to win the end game. And Rainn made some mistakes. The pawn up here, Benji could have gone for the attack against the king, but Benji wasn't in an attacking mindset. He wanted to make trades. This could have been a sweet finish to the game, where Benji could have sacrificed the queen with the knight and rook working together for the checkmate. But yeah, I guess it wasn't meant to be today, unfortunately. Miles, thank you so much for gifting the sub to Stormloop. Thank you so much, Miles. And Miles coming in with another 5 gifted to Lyle, Lictor, Traxo, and Tails. Thank you so much, Miles. Sad? Yeah, I'm a bit sad right now. Because one thing is if he loses against a better player. But today, he didn't really lose to a better player. He lost to his own nerves, in my opinion. Which, it can be interpreted as harsh, but Benji's a competitor. No one puts more higher standards to themselves than competitors. And Benji's going to be very unhappy about his performance today. Inexperienced streamer coming in with a sub. Thank you so much.
And we are back here with more PogChamps 3 presented by GRIP6. Our last semifinal just decided with Rainn Wilson punching his ticket into the championship. But Benji, starting with you, I know this didn't go the way you wanted it to today, but a super close match. And what were your thoughts on where it got away for you, or any of your takeaways from this?
I don't know. I don't think it was I mean, the first game, I just made a stupid blunder, and Rainn played really good. I couldn't. It was really hard for me to come back. And the second game, I was winning, and then the time pressure just got to me, and I started panicking a bit. That was basically it for me. But Rainn played really good.
But Levy and I were wondering about that, because you were winning in the second game, right? And then there were some moments where you started playing super fast. Was that what was going on? Just the nerves of the time pressure, hard to keep pushing on the advantage?
Yeah, I think that was it. I was just, whenever I get below like 30 seconds, I start to panic a lot, and yeah, that was basically what costed me. But is what it is.
Yep.
I guess my question for Rainn was going to be, how are you able to make it so dramatic? Like that second game, you always seem to be fighting back. We've seen this style with everybody. Ludwig loses the first game, then he comes back. You, in the second game, like to go down material for some reason. How do you overcome that? Like, how do you stabilize? What is it about the mentality, or do you just kind of play the board?
Nope, Rainn's muted. Hold on.
Oh,
I got
I was muted.
No, go ahead. You're good.
Yeah, the first game was about as solid a game as I've played in a long time, and I felt really good about that. And he blundered and gave up his bishop there, and then kind of got on the ropes and had pieces forked. So I did get a little lucky there, but it was a solid game. And the second game, I don't know. He had it was something. I just wasn't used to that. The way the center was locked up, and it's one of those things where you have to be like, how much pressure is on each pawn? Like, I've got a knight on the pawn, and a bishop on the pawn, and a queen on a pawn, and I've got this pawn on the pawn, and I just lost track of that. And in my head, I saw this fork. I was like, ooh, there's a fork with the queen and the bishop, but I didn't even have the fork. It wasn't even real because his knight was there. So I don't know what I was thinking, but my brain just kind of shut down in that little middle part of the game in the second game, and then I'm like, listen, he's up 3 points. I think I play a little faster than he does, so let me just hang in there solid as long as I can, and maybe pawn by pawn claw my way up back, which I did for a large chunk of it. And then he got a really good endgame strategy. And if he had rammed those pawns down my king's throat, I would have been dead as a doornail. But I got lucky because of the time pressure as well. And then at the end, Danny, you never taught me how to mate with a king and a queen against a king.
I knew you were going to blame me for that.
That's what you teach 5-year-olds when they're learning chess. And I don't, so it's Danny's fault that
people
up.
were like, Rainn is so strong, he should know how to checkmate with the king and queen. I'm like, I agree. That should not be on me. I mean, you should have this one unlocked.
Okay.
Well, I gotta listen.
Put a wrench in it.
I gotta ask.
Put a wrench in it. Did you get that?
Yeah, I did. Good one.
I want to ask Benji a question. Benji, so when you were playing your first game, I took a look at your rating progress chart and everything. You've had your Chess.com account since 2018. A lot of us, we saw you beat Sardosh 2-0. Keep your nerves better in that match. Kind of two questions for you. Number one, like how have you gained 550 points in a month? Like how much do you work on your chess?
Yeah.
And number two, like where do you see your potential? Do you have any like goal beyond this event? Like, I mean, obviously you wanted to win. I'm sure you felt confident enough to win, but so what's your goal? Do you have a rating goal? So how much do you work on your chess period? And do you have a future goal for like a certain elo?
Yeah, I mean, I started playing chess. I mean, I played it a bit as a kid, but never like anything serious. So I knew like how the pieces move and stuff. But I started playing about 2 months ago for like the first time since I was like 5. And yeah, I was grinding like every day. And then I saw PogChamps. Obviously, I've seen the past PogChamps. And I was lucky enough to get an invite to this. And that's, I'm a competitive guy, so I put a lot of time into it, like an hour or 2 a day, just working on puzzles, working on just playing. And then obviously getting coached by Hammer has helped a ton. I definitely wouldn't have got here without getting coached by him. He's been a massive help. Yeah, I've been playing a lot, and as I said, 2 hours a day. And I think I still want to play chess after this. It's not gonna end here. I want to continue playing this as a hobby. I really enjoy it, and hopefully, I want to start working towards the 1500s, 1600s eventually. So yeah, I don't really see this stopping anywhere.
Well, you're playing in Twitch Rivals in a couple days, right? March 2nd, so it's not over yet. Yeah. Rainn, is it the hat that brought you the good luck today? I mean, you want to talk about that a little bit?
It's the hat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's all about the hat. It's all about the hat, Danny. Yeah, I was like, I need a cool fucking chess hat, man. How's that going to go down? So I went to my old friend Etsy. She has a store online. I found this bad boy. Took them forever. I wanted to wear it for the whole thing. Took them like 3 weeks to get to me. Now they're going to sell. You're welcome, vendor, whoever you are. You're going to sell about 1,000 Chess Wars hats for all the nerds, just for my nerd cred. Anyway, but listen, Benji is 1/4 my age and equal my skill, and he's really fucking good. And dude, I mean, you will absolutely beat me in the next PogChamps. There's no question about it. You have far more raw talent than I do, and I'm a very, very old man. In fact, I'm way too old to be doing this bullshit with all these Twitch streamers.
Well, have you learned your keks and your Pepe laughs and whatnot, or you just here to play chess?
I don't even know. What that is. I barely know how to check my email. Yeah.
But you do know how good Sardosh is, because we've talked about that, right? I mean, so what are you looking ahead to the final? Obviously, that's tomorrow. What are your own words of coaching for yourself for that match tomorrow?
Oh, it's tomorrow? Yeah. I'm busy tomorrow. Shoot.
We'll have to reschedule.
Yeah, I saw him play Ludwig, and boy, he was good.
I thought it was going to be the other way. I thought you were going to say it was bad. Then okay.
Yeah, he played great against Ludwig, and he really understands spacing on the board and positional chess and tactical chess and where to attack, and lines of attack, and he's going to be a very difficult adversary.
Well, Benji, you beat Sardosh 2-0. So any advice for Rainn?
He does get a bit nervous. At least I think he did against me, but maybe he's fixed that. But
well, you make people nervous. I mean, that face is intimidating.
I mean, yeah, I hope so. He's really good. He's really good. It'll be a good final.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And again, Benji, thanks for playing PogChamps. We knew it was a close call because you're a professional Fortnite player, streamer. But now maybe the future of being a professional PogChamps player might be on the horizon too. You were awesome, man. Seriously, and it was inspiring to watch where you went. Like Levy said, 500 points. I haven't gained 500 points in ever.
Danny, don't talk about it. We don't.
Yeah, we don't talk about my rating on this show because it's not going anywhere good. But Rainn, way to go, man. Good luck tomorrow in the final versus Sardosh. We'll see you then. And thanks both, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
All right. Well, there we go. We had our two players join us, and that is the two players that will be playing in tomorrow's final. Rainn versus Sardosh. One of the things about Rainn, and obviously he's a super, kind of jokes around about it, but he's been playing chess for a long time, and I wonder about the experience factor versus like the grind of the recent history factor. And I was trying to touch on this a little with Hikaru Levy, but I love your thoughts too. The idea that I think sometimes Rainn has a little more experience because he's been bouncing between 11 and 1300 for 25 years, right? It's different than rising meteorically from 0 to 1400. And I wonder if sometimes that just pays off in some of these matches.
I want to say yes and no, but we can't discredit the fact that, Benji's, first of all, he's younger. He's got better nerves.
Right.
And he might manage his adrenaline better. And also, like, this kid, he plays one of the most intense games in front of the, he's signed. He's a 16-year-old, 17-year-old kid he's signed to already play one of the most competitive video games, if not the most competitive video game on earth. So I honestly feel like it was a heavyweight knockout in that first game. Meaning,
that first
if you
game
ran
was
that
just lopsided. Yeah, you're right.
Like, if you ran it 10 times, man, I feel like that could have been 5-5, and he got, or 4-6, 6-4. He got the one wrong start to the game. So, but that's how the cookie crumbles. But I'm excited because I think long term he's got the highest growth trajectory possible. That's what I think. He's very talented.
I think you're right, and I think he's the only guy that beat Sardosh so far, and he beat him 2-0. And you're right. I think that in hindsight, looking at it, it was that just French gone wrong. Right, which should be a lesson to all French players to just stop playing the French. I think that's the message we got out of this. That's the message.
Right. We got a Frenchman in the final who doesn't even play the French. He plays the Sicilian. Okay, so he goes to Italy for his openings.
Right, and then we got Rainn Wilson, and what a final it's going to be. Let's talk a little bit about what's coming up here in just a second. We got Neeko versus Tubbo. The winner of that will meet Michel Carré in the final. Again, also an interesting matchup. I feel like given some of the things I've seen Tubbo do, I want to say like maybe a slight nod, but Neeko, when she's got it rolling, she plays faster and her intuition is really on point at times with how to play certain positions. In fact, sometimes that becomes the weakness if she plays too fast. But your thoughts on who you would give the slight nod to before we dive into the Consolation semifinal?
It's so tough to choose because if Neeko took a little bit of time in the opening, got some openings kind of in her toolbox for chess, she'd be easy 1,000. But she needs to make it out of the first 5-10 moves to get that flow. And Tubbo needs to kind of not get nervous. He's got to like absorb that and be like, wait a minute, or he's got to punish those opening mistakes in the first 5-10 moves. But if it gets out into the kind of middle game, the time, like you said, and the kind of positions that Neeko seems to be good at with the openings of the bishops and the knights, I got to give a very slight nod to her probably, but it's so tough to choose. But I'm excited. It's coming up.
Well, they got to maintain their nerves. They got to look for blunders out of the openings, avoid time pressure. They also got to make sure that they've got the energy they need with their favorite, yerba mate. It's regenerative. It's been around for 25 years. It is also an
just
emote.
like Rainn's chess elo.
That's right. It's been the same for 25 years, and I hope Rainn's listening to that.
Hey, you said that. I didn't say that. You said it. Rainn, it was him. He said it.
Gayaki, Yerba Mate, you can spam the emotes in chat. They're giving away cases. It's a lot of fun. We really do appreciate their support, of course, and all our sponsors, because they're helping make these events even more awesome and giving away cool stuff to the community. So use your emote, spam it for a chance to win some cases of Gayaki Yerba Mate. Well, we are going to be right back with more PogChamps 3 presented by GRIP6 in just a few moments.
Pinned onto my board for years. That picture was the photo I looked at every day for years and years and years. Oh, I think we are on the Chess.com live show, so we're talking about our journeys with Michelle, and I was just saying that my biggest dream was to get into the Olympic team. I wanted to be a chess Olympian, and I had this photograph of me as a 12-year-old with the Olympic symbol, and it was on my wall, and it motivated me every day to keep going, because chess is a game I really loved as a kid, but it's not just playing. You have to show up at the lessons. You need to go to the chess club. You need to train, and you need to also take defeats in a gracious way and realize that every game you lose is actually a very valuable learning lesson. So instead of being upset on how poorly I lost, I think I was trying to take it as it's part of the learning process and just keep growing and keep improving from one's mistakes to do it better next time, to not commit the same mistakes. And it felt amazing to actually get into the Olympic team, because just because you put a picture on your wall as a kid, it doesn't mean it will become true. It doesn't mean that suddenly your goal will materialize. But I think it helped me a lot with motivation to know what I want to achieve. So that, for me in chess, that was the biggest. But once I got onto the team, maybe I should have had another big goal, because I from then on, I didn't have any other like huge milestone I want to achieve. There are titles in chess, so I had the titles too on my board: the Woman International Master, then Woman Grandmaster, then International Master. But I for instance never thought that I could become a grandmaster, and maybe I should have been more ambitious. Maybe I should have set out the goal, I want the highest title in chess, but I didn't. Maybe I should have aimed even higher. But the Olympic team was a big deal for me, and now what's big deal for me is that there's so many of you who come into the chess world, and what you were saying is that you really like the game of chess, and you really like our chess community. You like your stay here, and you feel welcomed, and this is a very positive experience to you. And I think nowadays these are what I consider kind of an accomplishment, not just from me, but the community, that we are doing something that's meaningful.
Yeah. Wow. I feel like I'm learning so much about you. I'm glad we're getting this time just to hang out and watch chess and get to know each other even more, because obviously we have a relationship as student coach.
We have a stream
this is really cool.
Sorry, Michelle, I'm interrupting you there, but I realized it was a stream snapshot because I was watching Chess.com and they were watching our stream, so it was like an infinite stream. But I was so lost in my thought process that I didn't think about the tech side. Apologies there, Chess.com team. I'll not do that. The Matrix. Which show is the real one? But also for you, Michelle, so now that you said that you've done so many physical challenges for your serious challenge accepted, but this is the first actual very, very mentally challenging goal that you set out, that you wanted to train as a chess professional, and how far you can.
Introducing the GRIP6 belt, the only belt on the market with the no gut pinch guarantee. The GRIP6 is so light and thin that you'll barely even notice it's there. Its smooth, low-profile design makes this belt the most comfortable belt in the world. Overly confident much? You're damn right. Because on top of being the most comfortable belt in the universe, each GRIP6 belt comes with our A3 guarantee, meaning if you don't like any belt for any reason at any time or in any condition, you can just contact us, and we'll give you a full refund.
And we are back here with PogChamps3, presented by GRIP6. Remember, the limited time chess swag and gear, whether it's the chess buckles or chess wallets, is still available if you go to grip6.com/PogChamps or go.chess.com/grip6. I've actually got the wallet right here in front of me. It's pretty awesome. And it's, anyway, have you seen the wallet, Levy? Did you get a wallet? Or did they only send it to me?
What? No, of course. I mean, even if I didn't, of course I would lie on behalf of the company. I mean, capitalism, baby. No, but I do. You know, Danny, it's funny. When I go on break,
it actually is super cool, and I will like throw some inadvertent shade. I ended up getting this new like magnetic Apple wallet, and I don't like it because my cards get stuck in it, like legit, and I don't have a way to get them out. The thing about this is like I literally have, it's like the same thinness, and I press this thing and my cards pop out. So, but the problem is now I've split up my debit cards. I've got like my GRIP6 wallet, and then I've got the app. So this is clearly a first world problem that I'm now venting about. But I do prefer the GRIP6 wallet for that purpose because it pops my cards out instantly. Because I got sticky fingers. I use a lot of lotion on my hands because it's dry skin. Okay.
I like when the way my brain works when an interesting subject is being discussed, like my brain is constantly trying to fire off different jokes, and right. I could have gone in so many different directions with
I'm giving you so much material.
And yeah, first you did, we plugged a different streaming service. Now we discredited the physical product of another company. What else have we done today? We're on a roll.
Hey, if Apple wants to fix their issues so that their cards are easy to get on, Apple can do it. But I'm telling you, the GRIP6 wallet's better. Let's listen to
chess
Tubbo.
people. Hello.
Tubbo, it's your move, buddy.
Chess people.
Oh, it's Neeko's move. Never mind.
We're an abomination. We're a goddamn abomination.
The infinity loop has been
crap,
achieved.
the game started. I need to go to Devon.
Okay.
Bye. All right, okay. Okay, so they play.
What was he listening to?
He's talking to friends before the matches. I think they're like doing some. Oh, and he moved his camera, Danny. He moved it. Oh, so now we got to recrop him. That's funny.
Well, first of all, he moved his camera because he realized for his view he was on top of the board. Mm-hmm. But that means we gotta recrop him and bring his camera back up. Thank you, Tony.
Wait, Danny. Someone sat Neeko down and told her to stop playing the bird. Oh, this could be very bad for Tubbo. She doesn't play F4.
Who is this person, and why didn't she listen to me? I gave her first lesson like before the event started weeks ago, and I was like, let's commit now. Let's commit now to something else besides the birds. And she wasn't into it.
Yeah, well, did you give her something, or did you just say something besides the bird?
Yeah, we talked about E4. In fact, the fried liver. In fact, she loved it. She loved the fried, like we were bishop C4, knight G5, attack F7 all day. But I did say at the time, and obviously to her credit, she's Neeko's been playing chess since she was a kid. For those who don't know, she's played in scholastic tournaments, and she had a chess club at school, and I think she got taught the birds, and old habits die hard, right? When you know something, you don't want to walk away from it.
That is the worst opening you could teach a kid. Like if a coach is teaching the bird, they should be fired.
Yeah, who is this guy? Let's find him. Let's also listen into Tubbo and just see what he's screaming about now.
Yes, it's always content here.
Oh, I thought that was a free pawn for a second. Okay. That is the only free square I have right now. I'm not one for giving pieces away this early on, so I'm gonna just play it safe. There's no like shame in retreating. God, I'm so tired. Right. If I lose, I'm blaming it on me being tired, just so you're all aware. I'm shamelessly blaming it on my status. I kind of want to push this pawn forward like that. Because look, it's protected by 1, 2, 3, and it's attacked by 1. So if it's taken, boom, boom. Boom.
What if it's not
boom,
taken?
Boom. Okay, yeah, no, they didn't go for that. And it's also protected by one down there. Okay, right. What's next up? I need to be more aggressive. I always fall behind because I'm never normally aggressive enough.
Okay, I don't even know if that's true, but Levy, go ahead.
No, I was cracking up because, you know, he played d4 and his logic there was that, you know, takes. And that's what a lot of people do. They try to prove themselves right and they don't think, what else can my opponent do? They see one thing. If you try to play a move 5 ways it works, 1 way it doesn't work. Right. You can't play it. You can't just, it's a 1 out of 6 chance. But I love how he plays that move. Neeko plays a pawn move on the opposite side of the board. It's so hard to play Neeko because she just plays quick, solid moves, takes no risk. You kill yourself thinking, and then she just overwhelms you and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, he played d4, everyone. Levy's talking about. She just calmly played h3 and did so kind of quickly. And even though h3 was objectively not as good as c4 to avoid the trade, and this actually might trap the bishop, but it's a good move. And now she plays b5. She's yeah. If Neeko again is someone who sticks with chess, I mean, I think that she's done a lot of things. Like just intuitively, the fact that she's playing so quickly. She could be a very good player for sure. And Tubbo, by the way, Tubbo's one of the few streamers in the event that my kids knew about when they're like, oh, who's playing in PogChamps? And I went through the list and then I was like, Tubbo. Apparently he's big, like he streams like a game called Minecraft. You ever heard of it?
Yeah, so the interesting thing is, like, I mean, I'm thinking, like, can I joke about it? Like, obviously, first of all, I have a younger brother. Shout out to Leo. Love that kid. He plays a lot of Minecraft, and so shout out Leo. Just got a huge shout out in front of like 100,000 people. You can show that to his friends. He plays a lot of Minecraft, and growing up, he was like 8, 9 years old. He was watching all these different Minecrafters, and I've played Minecraft once. You know, I don't know. I never really was too into it, but he knows all these guys. He learned to curse watching Minecraft YouTubers.
Probably watching Tubbo.
I wouldn't even doubt that, to be honest. I don't know who he watched. Yeah, I mean, as a New York City kid, you don't need another source to teach you how to curse.
Fair, for sure. All right, well, what's happened here? So, I was just about to go back in to see what's happened until what's happened in front of us is enough to focus on. I don't know what her. It's not about criticizing even the blunder. I don't know what exactly her plan was with that. Like, I think that it's off track with the things she had been doing. Right? She expanded the pawns. And you would really have loved to play to move like c4 to keep these pieces on the edge of the board. Definitely would have been the best. But Chokum played 95, and Tubbo has not taken the knight yet, so he doesn't see it, maybe.
Yeah, he thinks that he's blundered. Like, she pushed the pawn b5 to get the knight out, and now she took. But he doesn't see it.
Oh my god! And he played bishop e6.
He totally didn't see it. She plays so fast, it freaks people out.
Yeah. 95 was a free pony again for those who keeping score at home. That's what we were freaking out about. So wowzers.
You know, like, Danny, I'm gonna make a personal reference again. Like, you know, Lucy, my wonderful girlfriend, she'll be playing, right? And she'll be playing a 10-minute game. She's like 1,000, and her opponent plays every move like in a second, loses all their pieces, like making blunders. And she's sitting there like, babe, I don't know what to do. My opponent's playing so fast. I'm like, they're down 9 pieces, honey. Like, you know. Oh, and
no,
Neeko
but you're
plays
right.
Really...
It's the feel of it for sure. It's E3 is played, which again, not a bad move from the perspective of Neeko. She's trying to open things up, but if Tubbo took here, just good stuff. This is good too.
Yeah, knight b3 is a good move, but she's just gonna play rook a2, right? It's funny that on the move where she has no choice, she thinks the most.
Right.
Fascinating. Rook a2, right?
That's an interesting psychology. No, she doesn't. She does have a choice. Apparently, she does. She took b7.
Oh
and
my
in fact,
god!
She's got a fork coming on c6 if rook to b8 is played.
Oh my god, that's insane. Tubbo might actually, like, just tunnel vision this and just be rook b8, knight c6, rook b7. Oh my, this is nuts. This is nuts.
Yeah, if that's taken, so let's say it's my go. I take that. I go forward with the exchange. Then I take the queen, and that gives me like a direct line there. Ooh. What I can do is I can then line that bishop up there, and I can push the bishop forward to there and threaten the castle, and it wouldn't be able to be taken by the king.
Oh, that's a pretty good idea.
Yes.
Legit.
They had us in the first half. It was very, very good. Then it kind of cooled off a little bit, but he's got the right... He saw the queen sees the other side of the board,
Or I could
which is
take
really
that
good.
pawn there. I could take that pawn. I'd lose that. I'd then take that, but then the bishop would escape. No, I've got to... Like, there's no easy way for me to save this. Oh, well, I mean, I guess I can just I can always just move the castle. I mean, it should have crossed my mind quite significantly more. But then she has just won a pawn, and I am not a fan of that. Yeah, I could just do that. I could just save it.
Look at Neeko play knight c6 instantly.
Okay, now... Okay, see, now the queen's threatened. See, that was a mistake. I should have seen that one coming. I wasn't paying enough attention. I need to focus more. All right.
Oh my god, I knew it. He was going to play queen d5. I was going to call this. If he plays queen d5, knight e7 wins the queen, doesn't it?
It does. But if she doesn't see it, queen d5 threatens bishop takes h3. Oh my gosh.
She might take the rook, and then he's got to see queen takes bishop because he's looking down this way. But knight e7, that's why you always look for checks. Oh, she takes the rook.
Oh my god, he got away with that big time.
Oh, damn, I would have looked so smart. I was going to call it, but I actually didn't think he was going to play queen d5. I thought he would play queen d7, but he went the whole distance. He doesn't, and now she's got to, oh man, this is a wild game, Danny. Knight c6 was, of course, best.
But I think it's a wild game, Levy, that might end faster than all of us want as fans and commentators, because the fact that Tubbo has already highlighted, my mishighlight, that the light squares are a problem. Yes, he blundered to get here with queen d5, and again, Neeko was winning the queen, everybody, with this tactic. But the fact that he already saw that makes me feel like that he's going to see bishop takes h3, and unless Neeko... Okay, knight c6, by the way.
Oh, bishop h3, she might play queen a1.
Yeah.
She might play queen a1, but she's got to... Oh, never mind.
No,
he took the... Okay.
Okay, so we're in trade mode.
Yeah, we are in trade mode. So what is the count? Black has a bishop, white has 2 pawns, but bishop takes h3 is, of course, winning. And if you don't play it...
Yeah, this is now like, and look how well Neeko's. This is now one of those games that like don't trust the eval bar, right? Because yes, Black is up a piece, but if he doesn't go for this plan, which particularly goes really strong. I mean, she's got a lot of pawns for the piece. It's not going to be an easy cleanup.
Bishop c4. Okay, rook d1. Yeah, if Tubbo doesn't go back to attacking the king, I don't think that he's going to win this game. Unless she blunders, but I just mean conceptually. Like,
yeah,
he's got to...
I agree with you.
You all right?
Yeah, sorry. I had a long show yesterday with Hikaru. Now this one, apparently my voice is, I'm not a professional streamer like you. I don't, your voice muscles are very strong.
Danny, I'm a professional chess content creator.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. It's the more words, it's like LinkedIn, it's like, you got to add more words to your resume so it gets to the second line, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
replenish the nourishment and the productivity of the, blah, blah, blah. You got to, yeah.
I'm so insecure. They invented a chief title just to make me feel okay. Chief chess officer. What a joke.
CCO?
CCO.
Danny.
The trade.
Oh, she took E4.
I know. The knight was pinned for the win.
It's still pinned. She might see it because there's not a lot of pieces on the board. I think she's going to bring her queen. She's going to play like queen e5 or something cool.
Right.
But
queen e5, queen c3. Queen e5 probably the most logical, but e4 would win back material on the spot, everybody, because the bishop is pinned the back rank checkmate.
Oh, and it's not a hard move to see, actually. If you go through the chess thought process of checks, captures, attacks, it's the third option. She plays, oh no, bishop c4.
All right, well, Tubbo's got enough bouncing heads to keep every ADHD kid in his audience happy. Let's go ahead and check that out.
What's the best move I can do here? Everything is a little bit gridlocked and I hate it.
Like how he hates it, but it's totally winning.
I love when someone's winning and hates their...
Yeah, everything's a little bit gridlocked.
I know. What video game is this music from?
Sorry, I am just not his demographic. I'm having a seizure. watching all of these ads.
Can't move that. Yeah, I want to get rid of that pin because that's real annoying.
Oh, Sonic.
I think I'm gonna do that.
Of course it's Sonic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I read the chat. I didn't.
God, my eyes are stinging. I'm so tired.
I play only DMCA. That's my rule. I have to. I'm baiting the DMCA labels to get at me. I don't play any non-DMCA. Oh, did we mute him? I don't hear him.
I don't even know why anyone isn't now. I mean, I just waiting for the next streamer to get shut down.
Okay, I see an attack. I see an attack. If that stays there, if I can line up my queen there, I can check there, and then the king has to move. Oh no, because if the king moves there, that scarpers my whole thing. Never mind. Okay, interesting.
I'm just dancing while they don't have me on camera.
En passant, or whatever that is. En passant? It's en passant, isn't it?
He might be the first sub 1000 in history to spot it being able to happen for his opponent.
Yeah, and pretty quickly too. I mean, we saw several games yesterday where it was legit just missed.
Yeah, normally you see it for yourself. You're like, oh, can I do it? And you click, and it's like, oh yeah, you don't even, I have to warn my subscribers to stop doing that. Like, just because you can doesn't mean that you should.
Right. I always
Neeko threatened to make.
You have the option, not the obligation, to take en passant. Okay, Neeko, by the way, look at the credit. The rook lift and the rook slide to hit g7. And obviously, this is still totally winning for black with best play. Tubbo's just up a free piece. But I actually feel like Neeko right now, Levy, is playing with a more coordinated plan than Tubbo is, right? I mean, she's coordinating her pieces for a goal. Tubbo is struggling to realize just how winning his position is here.
Yeah, he keeps saying words like gridlocked, but that's, you got to stay away from kind of abstract just terms in general. It's ultimately really, it all comes down to what can you attack and what can they attack. And
right.
It's mate. I mean, it's force mate on the board, I think, after bishop g2. So
bishop g2, when the king moves to g1, you can actually take h3, which is a fork of rook.
Yep.
And the checkmate. But again, dude, we're looking at he's not even looking for aggressive moves with the bishop. Let's go back and look again. He's all about trying to coordinate the rook and queen.
Yeah, he's actually labeling a move right now which would throw the game.
Oh yeah.
So that move loses.
Content. Rook f6.
Okay, wait, I think I see a move. Boom.
Uh-oh.
No, because then that'll be lost. Okay.
But then rook d1, Tubbo.
Check. King now probably goes there. I don't think the king's gonna go back. Yep, okay. Good, now I can
that was
line
man.
up that like that.
Oh, queen h1.
Queen h1 was made. Queen e7. Queen e2 was also pretty good. 7.
Then like that. Like that.
But he's
that.
been,
that.
He gets
okay.
a medal for consistency. He's been obsessed with the battery, queen and rook here, for many moves, listening to his thoughts.
Oh, brain firing on all of its available cylinders at the moment, which indeed is not very many.
All right, that was pretty funny. This kid gets credit. He's hilarious. But
hello,
I think he and Benji are like by far the youngest participants in the event. Like they're like 16, 17. Like who is the third youngest player in the field, man? It's like these guys are, for the chess that they've played, it's it is pretty good. I'll be honest, when I was 16, 17, it wasn't very cool. Like at that point, you're in high school, you kind of have a sense of self, but like the younger kids watching, like 12 and 13, like it is really like it's getting more cool to play chess now. It was never cool back in the day. Now it's like, oh, you play chess? Oh, damn. I'll watch that.
Rook c4 played. I think Tubbo's going to see rook d1. In fact, he's suddenly stopped drumming air drums. By the way, the air drums also just got a lot cooler than what he did. But no, he does see it. Okay, it looks like he's gonna.
Yeah, this is
gonna be taking this home now, short of perfect blunder.
Yeah, no queen f1. Like, I don't know, it's just it's an example of anybody, even if you hang your queen, it's still a game. But bishop d3 now, or queen d3. And all right, Tabo. And Tabo's about to play bishop d3. He has played it. Don't even have to take the rook, but okay.
But suddenly he's in the zone.
I think Michelle wanted this. I think she wants revenge. Yeah, I think you want revenge. We could have had a double rematch. We almost had Benji versus Sardosh and a rematch of this group.
A double rematch of their respective brackets. But I don't think that was been a storyline that was clear all along at all. I mean,
no.
Well, okay. See if this ends cleanly, and we don't. And whenever someone is preparing to get a second queen, Levy, you know where my brain goes. Stalemate Steven.
Yes. What you got to do at this point, you got to have the skill to set it up. So you got to play like a5. You got to make sure you have no legal moves. But that's good. Now you got to go g5. I can't believe we're coaching this, but
yeah, get rid of the pawn's last legal move. That's first on your agenda. Play g5. Uh-oh, battery. I don't think we'll get a stalemate Steven anymore. Although if king a7 and if he plays queen b7.
Oh my god. No, just queen b8's made, obviously. Okay. Oh, g5?
Okay.
Oh,
now
it's made. It's made.
Wow. Okay.
Clean. That was clean.
Hey, clean stuff. Yeah, he did. No, we were anticipating a possible stalemate, and by the way, that's not totally unfair. Tubbo is actually the one of the only stalemates we've had in the event until Reign's king and queen disaster. But no, once he won that material, Levy, I mean, to be fair to him, if you go back to where Rook D1 happened, and to his credit, he had been obsessed with this battery for like 20 moves, and that was his main goal, even though he was missing a lot of other opportunities. I know I'm like, obviously it's our job to entertain and provide content, but I really do believe that. We were listening to him, Levy, and let's go back. Like from right here, he was obsessed with this idea, and he created it, right? He legit stopped checkmate along the way. He went for his battery. And once he won the queen, it was like a grandmaster took over. This was a very smooth victory from there on out.
Yes. The truth is this, for all of the kind of like joking and everything like that, his one thing that he did wrong in this game was that he didn't win fast. That's it. Yeah. He didn't execute the cleanest win from the middle game, but he had a plan. He negated all of his opponent's attempts at creating counterplay, and then he won when he got his chance. So at 800...
No, seriously. Nothing more needs to be said. He had a plan, he stuck with it, and he delivered, and we are going to deliver with more PogChamps 3 presented by GRIP6 when we come back.
Great job, Tubbo. Thank you, chat. We got a 5-minute break. We should resume shortly.
$1 million boat. That's money that's spilling down your throat. A phantom, exterior like fish eggs, an interior like suicide wristwear. I can exercise you. This could be your phys ed. She's on your man, that's how you get his head.
Right, we have to be more on our A game next time because we blundered some pawns last game, and we didn't look through the actions. Like, we didn't look through too much at our like consequences. We could have messed some stuff up. Get fast and be the first girl to make me throw this cash. We get money, don't be mad, I'll stop. Hey, this bad. One more shot for us. Another round. Please fill up, hook up. Another round. Just want to see you shaking up now. You home with me. Hands up to the side. Get down. It's time to slander. What's going on? That's my streamer. Oh, thank you, chat. Aww. Thank you, chat. Oh, everything aches. Shoulder, back, the whole shebang. Uh-oh. Rambo!
Hey!
I won!
I know!
That was awesome.
Oh,
One round
I knew
down.
exactly what was happening.
I gathered you did. Thanks so much for the 5
Yes.
gifted silver. I really appreciate it. Going is about looking extra fly. Do we check Twitter in the
Let's
time we'll
go.
wait?
What would we do on what would we do with Twitter? Oh, you did it. Did you lose? Did you miss a checkmate this time?
I don't know. I don't think I did.
Good, good. I mean, you still won though. What would be really bad is if you missed a checkmate and then
lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank me for my sub forward. Oh, Ludwig! Oh, I missed Ludwig's sub. Let me find it. Let me find it. I missed his sub. Oh God, where is it? When did you sub? Lad, you haven't announced your sub. It's not there. It's not in my alert feed. Share the sub. Thank you for the sub, Ludwig. I don't see the sub though. I don't.
Did he just lie?
I don't know. Let me check. Okay, we haven't gotten to the next game yet.
Okay, okay. Oh, but look at you go. Checkmate and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what that means, don't you?
I know what that means. That's for sure. Yeah.
Wait, what was this clip? Let me watch this clip. I'm curious now. A pawn, and I am not a fan of that. Yeah, I could just do that. I could just save it.
Look at Neeko play knight c6 instantly.
Okay, now... Okay, see, now the queen's threatened. See, that was a mistake. I should have seen that one coming. I wasn't paying enough attention. I need to
yes, look
focus.
at you go.
Pawn, and I am not a fan of that. I think I countered that pretty well.
This is only the beginning. Warning.
And we are back here getting set for the second game in the Consolation Bracket semifinal. Remind the community that we are also raising money for charity. Remember that all of the players have picked charities, and you might find one you like. But we'll remind you of that here in just a second. But we've already raised more than $50,000 together because every dime is matched by Chess.com. So if you're watching and we're getting down to it here, all of these funds go to really important causes, and we do hope to reach our goals. It would be incredible. So please consider it if you're liking what you see in terms of any of those charities. Go ahead, throw in every dime, supported by Chess.com. And I might, you see St. Jude's there, right? It's a pretty awesome one. I know that Rainn's charity is super near and dear to him and his wife's heart, the work they do in Haiti. And of course, there's a lot of others too. So if you see something you're into supporting, throw in some cash, and Chess.com will match it. All right, here we go. We're on to game 2 for the semifinals, Levy.
This could be it. This could be the final game of the semis, and we will know our final 4 participants for the finals of the Consolation and the Champions bracket. I just wanted to say that the chess community has an incredible amount of support in it for like donors to different streamers, but those people and a lot of other people show up for these charity events, Danny. Like yesterday I was playing Blitz, and someone in my community said, if you cross 2750 today, because I was 2748, which was my highest ever, so I'll donate 2750 to charity. 2 people did that. So I crossed it. So pancreatic cancer research yesterday got over $5,000 because
No, and I know obviously we know that Hikaru has done some incredible streams recently. Been raising collectively over $700,000 in the last couple times he did charity drives, right? I mean, so for sure, and we know that many of you have been donating and done some incredible stuff. And yesterday we really had a blast crushing past our $25,000 goal. So thank you so much to the community, both in part with this event and all the other streams that that they contribute towards. So, E4 played by Chevel. Does Neeko know it's her move? I guess she does. She's just kind of getting zen. Looks like me when I wake up before I face my children. I could imagine. Oh no, she's just texting someone. Oh, I'll check my phone. Neeko. Oh no. Yeah, no, it's okay that you switch to the birds after someone else's advice. That's not a big deal.
I don't know what to do. This is awkward. Thanks for that massive $250 donation to charity. Look at that.
$250 from Destroy Computers, and that's not his first dono during this event, Levy. That guy, I don't know the total off the top of my head, but he has been awesome. Thank you so much, Destroy Computers. And by the way, I'm with you. Let's destroy all computers. Like, I would literally tear down this business model if we just want to go back to nothing.
Just playing. One thing I really loved about the Queen's Gambit, just on the topic of trying to like kill time while figuring out what's going on with Neeko. Queen's Gambit, the one thing I loved, no answers to like chess positions. They would hang out and be like, yo, that's a bad move. And like you couldn't pull out a phone and be like, no, idiot, look. Yep. Like, it was great. Just talk about chess. It's amazing. It's not like
now
that anymore, though.
Up and she's playing fast. And thank you so much for the donations continuing to roll in. If we don't shout out every one of you, we do love you. All right. Okay, we got an open Sicilian happening here. Look at the opening repertoires that have gone nuts, and look at the whatever's going on in Tubbo's stream. You can't even see him anymore.
Oh, it's Komodo hype, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's
I love it.
Should I say
D6 played by
PogChamp?
Neeko. They're not the most common move in an open Sicilian, but you know, a good one. Here she's trying to support the trade on C5. Now this will be interesting. Will she close it up? Okay.
Neeko.
She just plays so fast, man. She plays so fast.
She plays so fast, Danny. She plays so quickly.
It's just like Neeko, slow down just a little bit.
I hope she doesn't drive this fast. Like, I mean, but if it works, it works. But she can't castle now. That's the problem. Will she figure out she can castle queenside?
Yeah.
Okay, Tubbo's just vibing.
He was a little sleepy earlier, but let's listen into him. The meds seem to have kicked in. He's back.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. That's why.
Thank you, Andrews, for the $100 donation. Let's do it. Let's try to get to 30,000.
Tommy wants to just freaking take it.
Amazing. Right, by the way, this is music.
Tommy wants to take it.
Oh, yeah, me too. This is dope. You do CrossFit to this, right?
Yeah, this is the
I want to put pressure. I'm getting this piece out.
Oh man, Neeko is just...
Yeah, whatever.
That is living. Highway to the danger zone right there.
Yeah, that's fine.
This sounds like a highway to the... It could be a highway to the danger zone instrumental, like an electronic remix almost.
Then I can win this pawn.
We can see Tom Cruise.
Boom, boom. Boom, yep.
Let's put it this way. Every dancing emote on Twitch was made for that music. Every single one. Like Pepe D, I'm talking cat dance. I mean, you name it, it was made for that. Oh man, I wouldn't be surprised. Is Neeko's just... Oh god, it's like mate, queen.
We're headed toward mate on F7.
Oh,
Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Take the queen and don't look back, Neeko. Yes, send us to overtime.
Whatever. Oh, fuck! And that's why you pay more attention. Holy crap, I'm an idiot. It's fine, we can bring this back.
No reaction from Neeko, dude. No reaction. Like, zero. She took the queen, she's the same. It's the same.
That happened. Okay.
It's like, that should have happened in the first game. This dude trash. Like, what is going... Like, what is... Is there any trash talk?
It's the music. It's the awkward, Tom Cruise, erotica jokes. It's Tubbo dropping bombs. It's the Botez Gambit.
Yeah, like, first of all, is she okay? Like, I don't like
know.
she didn't. We got Tubbo out here jamming out, things flying all over the screen. She's just like she hella chilling.
But,
is that
by
her
the
home
way,
studio? Is she? Mm-hmm.
Full Botez Gambit. There's awkward checkmates that could happen here with the rook, with the two rooks on the open lines with the king.
Yep. Yes, there are.
I don't want this match to end too quickly. We got some community donations we're driving, and they are coming in. Thank you so much. So let's keep the chess going as long as we can, Neeko and Tubbo. Let's throw for some dono.
Yeah, seriously, more money gets raised for charity this way. It's good. You know, it's like charity boxing matches. You don't want to knock out in round 1. You got to go 12 rounds.
As Marcellus Wallace would say, your ass goes down in the 5th. But don't do it. Don't go down to the 5th. Go Bruce Willis and change the ending to that movie.
Yes. I haven't, speaking of movies, I haven't watched the movie in forever. I got such a bad attention span. I'm just on my phone the whole time. What's the last movie you've watched? You have family night, like with a movie?
We do, actually. We watched, we usually, in fact, we have family movie night tonight. We watched Soul, the Disney Soul. You ever seen that one? The guy,
dead.
The guy dies, but then he comes back, and anyway, Disney's Soul. It was pretty good. I probably shouldn't even talk about Disney movies anywhere because they'll sue us.
Yeah.
The last adult movie, not adult movie, the last grown-up time I had.
Yeah, right. The last. I don't even know where we go from here. Just all right, Danny. What was it?
All right. What's funny is, regardless of how wild that got with Tubbo, I think if he finds Rook D7, winning the queen back, once again, okay, he does. Wow. What is going to happen in this game? I have no idea. Well, we got some huge donos. I wasn't paying attention. We're over 27,000. Maybe it's been that way for a while, but thank you.
Yeah, this is no longer very easy at all. Tubbo's got a bishop and a pawn, but he's got back rank problems and Rook D2 problems. Rook D2 would be a very timely move. Don't go Rook D1. Huge mistake beginners make, just defending pieces but pinning themselves. Don't go Rook D1.
Ooh. Now, if she had seen Rook F7.
Yeah, but it's, you got to visualize back rank, and he's got to visualize it too. But will he play Bishop G4? Oh,
no,
good move.
You would also see it if you just slow down a little bit. You got to just slow down a little bit.
It feels sometimes like the first idea Neeko sees, she just goes for. Yep. And, it's kind of like that logic mentality. He was like, I just play, I'm not trying to stress too much. I'm not.
Yep.
But you got to counterbalance that with also your, bloodthirsty desire to just win and destroy anything in your path. So you got to hit the pause button sometimes.
Yep. Well, I mean, not exactly the same context here, but I mean, you and I have both coached professionally, and you do have students that are like that, even of the most talented nature, where you start to realize, or you start to get them to see, like, hey, just because you see a move and you see these ideas so fast, doesn't mean you have to play them so fast, right? Like, and you really start to try to give them techniques to develop discipline. By the way, B5 was played instantly by Neeko, and a great move by Neeko. She played it instantly. Trapping the bishop.
There you go. Bishop B3, C4. Yeah, just to if she sees C4 now, she might play Rook D1. Okay, she sees Rook. There you go. Easy.
Sorry, go ahead. What were we going to add?
No, she just traps it. And I was going to say this. Ultimately, chess is a lens into how you behave in kind of all elements of your life. So, like, I taught a kid from 2nd grade up to 6th, and for 5 straight years, he had the same problem in chess as he had in school. His parents were like, we can't get him to slow down. He comes back with a 90 on the math exam because he added 3 + 5 in a calculation, made it 9. And he knows all the concepts. He knows how to do it. He just, first one done, lost 10 points because of silly mistakes. So it's everywhere, man. It's not just chess. You too fast everywhere.
Chess is psychology in a lot of ways. And it doesn't mean people don't, I mean, I've had students that were, maybe a lot more timid at certain times, and then they like grow and all of a sudden they get confidence for whatever reason, and now they're doing things at a super high level with the knowledge that was always in there, but it's just being executed. So many things can change, but chess really is psychology. And by the way, Neeko, if we just go back to this position, he played instantly, but this a6, b5, c4, like no hesitation, bring the rooks to the second rank. He's crushing it now.
Yes, the only chance. Oh, the rook.
Oh, she sees it. Wow.
Yeah,
we're going to overtime, kids. I think it's happening. Let's hope Joshua Chamberlain doesn't live on that one, and that we don't get a stalemate or anything. But if we go to overtime, we're gonna have a lot more fun today.
Oh, totally. I mean, Neeko, this will be her second Armageddon. She won the first against Rubius, right? Or
was that who was
she
against?
won the against? She played Rubius. She won the first. He won the second. They went to Armageddon, I think.
Okay.
I think that's how it went. There was one chance. If you back up, I just want to show this to people. For Tabo, before he gave the check on A8, he could have walked his king and maybe checkmated.
Yep. Sorry.
It's the one way you're going to win here. Your rook is doing something called cutting
here,
off the king. Yeah.
Or even right here. If you keep the king trapped and bring the king up, there was this outside idea for sure. I think Tobo's already in. I got to get back to some air drums mode. Wait.
It's getting close, Danny. I mean, there's a way you can stalemate here, but she's going to bring the rook.
When I first looked at it, I thought it was her move, and I thought she might be about to play king g6.
Ah, that is a stalemate. You are right. Okay, it's over. She found it. King h5, rook h1. We're going overtime.
Boom.
Dude, this is great. PogChamps is so great.
Neeko still hasn't smiled in a long time.
It's kind of there. It's kind of there.
It's in there. The smile. Nope. Okay. Well,
thumbs up, right?
I'm smiling. Every time people are like, man, what do you do for a living? And I say, I commentate on chess. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I know I should have taken that pawn. I know I should have done that instead of castled. Oh, God. I'm just such an idiot! I lost my brain! Dude, what the heck? Ludwig has DM'd me. You got this, Tower. Oh, God. Okay. Don't be too eager to attack. Make sure home's good before you go to wars. Okay. Thank you, Lud. Thank you, Lud.
I got you, Tubbo. I got you.
Tiebreaker is a very simple single game of chess. 5-minute chess, no increment. Whoever wins, wins. Neeko has white. Okay.
Oh, wow. Chess.com knows how to give the correct people the correct pieces now. That's cool, because feels like that's a new thing they've learned. Didn't think they had that technology in the past. Feels like oftentimes they get the wrong colors, so good that the top seed got the right one this time! Rainn Wilson, my name is pronounced Ludwig, not Ludwig. Although correctly, it is pronounced Ludwig, but I'm just not German. I'm a fucking white American who eats McDonald's on Saturdays. Anyway, what's up? Hess is dead to me. I'm a Celtics fan. He sent me this morning. I had 2 Celtics tickets in my car, and someone broke in and left 3 more. SMFH. Y'all stay safe. Like, bro, why you gotta do me like that? I lost yesterday. Oh, wait. Chess.com is actually the perfect time to show you this clip. Hold up. Let's see if I can find it in time. Clutch Gaming Performances live on air. Clock winding down here. Will he be able to find it? Surely. Great games, everyone.
Oh, are you done?
Yeah, I gotta do the calls.
Oh, okay. Wait, do we have to do it right now?
I don't think you have to do it, but
I'm gonna do it later.
I'm gonna run it now. And then there's also the PogChamps match.
Oh, good luck in that.
Good luck.
Good luck, lad. Good luck. Don't get forked, right?
Yeah. So I got eliminated yesterday.
Oh.
Great games, everyone.
Oh, are you done?
Yeah, I got. Same shirt. This happened literally 2 hours ago. 2 fucking hours ago. They says to me, good luck. Like I didn't get my ass handed to me by Sakbush in game 3. I had like 200,000 people watching it across all the streams. I thought they would have known. I tweeted, I hate chess. I did not tweet, I hate chess after crushing Sardosh decisively in a 3-0 victory. Stop saying same shirt as if I should change the shirt from 2 hours. I wore it 2 hours ago. I've been live. It's the same day. You don't change shirts it's not weird to wear the same shirt in the same day. Yeah, the hair is the same. That's always the same, though. Even when you get it cut, it's the same hair. Fuck you. Fuck Chess.com. Let's go, Tubbo.
Hey, make sure you mess up the colors again. Comment. Oh, sorry, we're live. Okay, we're back. What we've got here is a tiebreak coming up here. We've got sudden death with 5-0. Not Armageddon anymore, Levy. So you said Neeko has already won an Armageddon match, but this is not Armageddon. It is just simply 5-0, and we will switch colors until we have a winner.
Yes.
And yeah.
Yes, that I guess is the main difference in Armageddon match. One side has more time and the other side has draw odds. But yeah, I'm just used to calling it Armageddon. Sudden death or playoff or whatever.
But it is going to be sudden death, meaning the moment you lose, you're out. But if it's a draw, the games will continue. And I hope we go forever. By the way, shout out to the $50 donor we had right there before we came back. We saw you. Thank you so much. So, okay, Neeko versus Tubbo. It's overtime. We saw that Lud was actually texting Tubbo advice, rooting on his man. Blitz, I got to give the nod to Neeko because she's freaking fast.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no bonus time. I mean, she's going to go real quick. She's got practice moving pieces in 1 second. Tubbo's got to think. He's got to not get nervous.
All right. And I have no idea who gets what color. We're going to find out right now.
Neeko's got white.
Neeko's got white. Okay. And and we're off to see the wizard. So, wow, look at her mixing it up now. Oh, she's all over the map. Forget the birds.
Yeah, is she going to play B3 or G3? What's she going to do?
B3.
Okay.
Let's play guess the move with Neeko. You got to say it now because she's probably already pre.
G3.
I'll say E3.
Oh, that's a good one. I should have said that.
Oh, slow down. Okay, I'm 1-0 Danny. Okay. Next move is going to be.
Oh, God.
H3.
I think G3. H3? Oh, there we go.
All right, 1-1. 1-1.
All right, I think we know the next one, Danny. I think we know Bishop G2.
No. Speak too soon.
Okay.
She's already pre-moved Bishop G2. Bishop G2. No, F4. Don't. Dude, if whoever wins this game guess the Neeko, that takes some real skill.
Oh, if he takes, I don't know what she's gonna take back with.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm trying to get into Neeko's head. E takes. If E takes, she's gonna take with the E pawn. So I guess you got to take the other one, right?
Yeah, I'll take G takes if she takes. If he takes, so it's 1-1 right now because neither of us guessed F4.
Tubbo is shook, dude. Tubbo is shook. He is. I mean, he's too long.
What? Okay, Bishop G2. Oh, B3. Okay, nope. Whoa. Knight F3. Nope.
I didn't realize that we were still. This is too fast paced for me. Pawn takes pawn. She's gonna play. Oh my God, I would.
Yeah, dude.
I'm so scared.
Queen
up one.
Okay.
Queen up
she
one.
is playing
Queen
super fast. And by the way, jokes aside, she's up a minute on the clock. This is why I picked her to win this tiebreaker.
Okay, now she plays knight. Now, of course, he should just shred it open. Pawn takes pawn. She'll respond with pawn takes pawn if that happens.
Yeah, well, knight d4 would be basically winning for black. I saw someone in chat saying, explain why black is winning here. White has moved way too many pawns and not developed pieces, and this is a devastating pin. He plays bishop d4. Knight d4 was much better.
She's gonna play bishop e2. Don't take, please don't take. Don't just. I think she sees it. Rook b1. Wow.
That's so she's protecting the bishop,
Mm-hmm.
and she's playing fast, right? I mean,
she's definitely a natural blitz player. I will. Someone said that. Wow. Okay. I don't know what she's gonna do. She's gonna play h3. When in doubt, move a pawn. Oh, I was gonna say that, but then I was like, no way.
Move.
That is a good move.
Yeah. The
Tubbo's
biggest issue here. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Tubbo's been very trade averse.
Yeah.
And he might not take, and he might hang his bishop. She's gonna take the bishop, hopefully. She might take the knight.
Nope. Nope. She took the knight.
Don't take on e5.
Bishop e2 is the move, Neeko. Unpin your knight.
Oh, I'm going. Okay, it's good, good, good. He's got. Oh, now if he takes, he hangs his queen. Oh god.
Yeah, I was gonna say chances Tubbo plays e takes f4.
He can't. I can't watch. Did he play it? Okay.
No, knight d4.
Okay, bishop takes good.
Okay.
She can't castle though. She can't castle.
Yeah, this is a real problem in your position.
That would be the best bishop of all time.
Lines.
If Tubbo plays pawn c5, pawn b6, he gets the legendary connect 5. That's pretty that's pretty decisive.
H3 was a good move by Neeko. I think that again, she's slowed down a little bit with the time on the clock, and so if she can get out of the bind she's in somehow. Very tricky. This is a thorn, sure, but I still think that, remember, there's no increment coming, no help coming, so Tubbo has got to do something before it's too late.
Okay, she's going to take back. Yeah, he's got 2 minutes to break through a completely locked structure. This is not easy at all.
Yeah, I mean, the ways to do it, you've got to find something with, okay, G5 is one crazy idea, but even C6 and D5, got to open up lines fast.
She's thinking, but what's she thinking about? Like, this is a snap take moment, kind of. Just don't even. I think she's just trying to make this dramatic for us. It's crazy because the best move here for black is probably some wild thing like D5 or B5 or C6 and D5 or B5. Just that's not bad, but that's not going to open the position.
Yeah, it's not a bad move, but again, you're down a whole minute on the clock. Neeko should just shuffle. Ooh, that opens up this idea.
Yeah, this is getting. Well, I would just trade the queen, and now it's a very low chance that you get checkmated. It's a high chance 100%. You might blunder a rook, but
this is objectively, even if this were just two strong players playing, this is very close to a draw with opposite code bishops.
Yeah. She's got to just not. I was gonna say, like, she just has to not play e5. That's all.
Yeah.
Just don't play e5. Like, don't
E2,
keep it.
Yep. 1.
Yep. It's the art of doing nothing in chess. The art of doing nothing. But now she has a lot of play. She's gonna get rook a1, maybe e5, and maybe bishop takes rook.
Yeah. Okay, now just run your king to safety over here. I think she's put herself in a really good spot because she played fast. Her greatest skill, really, in terms of the disparity between her and her opponents, has been how quickly she's done things, and it's really going to pay off in blitz. Will she remember en passant?
Oh, this is so wow. A5 changes the. Oh, she's played e5. It's the. Danny, I'm going crazy.
But rook takes wasn't played, but now Tubbo's speeding up.
Yeah, he's also speeding up. That's the thing. He's realized that he don't want to lose on time. He's only 20 seconds away. Now she might freeze up from nerves.
Look at this king block. Oh
my God, this is
pawn.
crazy, Danny.
Nope. Back up.
Uh-oh, she might get mated. She might get mated in the middle of the board. Something completely insane.
Yeah, like one of those accidental checkmates. Put your king on the wrong square.
Come on, give a check, or get that other rook in the game. Tubbo, now's not the time to tank, buddy. That's a great move.
That's a great move if he sees rook e3, especially to follow it.
Don't go rook e1. Just don't go rook e1 thinking. Okay.
Uh-oh. Here comes d3. He plays it without having to be asked. This is moving too quickly. Oh, g5. What a save.
Don't take it. Oh, that's a good move too.
Tubbo's putting on the
check.
He's still blabbering away over there.
He's got to not hang his rook. Sometimes you have this blind spot. King attacks rook, and then king takes rook, and you just forget. Yep. Don't forget about that. 15 seconds, the difference on time. Oh, it might happen.
Yep.
He might forget and push his pawn.
He's losing himself into the dancing.
How about chill, man? Oh, he moved out of the way.
He found it. But
he
she can
clutched
take the pawn.
This is insane, Danny. Oh, she's on the bishop.
Oh, he finds it.
Oh, but now the pass pawn. Now
I was
chill.
gonna say, but dude, this could backfire the B pawn. Okay, what a move. Although if she sees B8 as an X-ray tactic, that would just be bananas.
I think she might just push because, like, what else do you do? Okay, she goes up. Now oh, that's a great move. And now rook b6.
Rook b6. Oh my gosh, great technique with no time, only 40 seconds.
This is insane. 5 seconds is the difference.
Takes b7 first. Now he can take b5.
And there's no back rank, Danny. The most important thing, there's no back rank checkmate.
But there is enough material on the board that either player could still flag. The fact that he's under 30 seconds, this is gonna. Oh man, forget the eval bar. Kids, all that matters is the time off the board. Neither player is gonna mate in this amount of time left, Levy. This is gonna. I think she's gonna win on the clock. I'm sorry, but that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, if you're playing with black here and you're in a game, it's not about mate. It's about taking all the pieces off the board with the rook trade.
To get a draw.
Yeah,
he has to play
rook
faster than
trade.
this.
Yes, absolutely.
Take G5. Uh-oh.
He's got the pawn. That's good.
Yeah, but
now get the.
Not enough time. And look at her. She's practically pre-moving.
Yeah, the problem is that are they going to repeat? Oh, they could have repeated.
I thought we were about to see a repeat. We might see it. How crazy would that be? 5 seconds. Now,
she's pre-moving.
Pre-moving. Neeko pre-moving her way to the championship match in the consolation bracket.
This is crazy.
That's how you get it done, boys. Right there. You pre-move your way all the way to victory.
Wow.
And she smiled. Someone clip it.
Fast enough. No. 9 seconds.
That's heartbreaking.
Oh, man.
That's heartbreaking. But that's chess, baby. That's winner take all.
Wow. Heartbreaking for Tubbo. We have a battle of, opposites in terms of style and approach in many ways between Michelle Carré and Neeko in the final. I don't even know how to make sense of what we just saw, but I do know we're going to talk to the players in just a few moments. So don't go anywhere. Interviews with Neeko and Tubbo, PogChamps3, presented by GRIP6 in just a moment.
The interview. I would love to listen to their interview. And now we know it's an all-girls final. All-girls final. Let me invite you to a board. Was it this? Yeah, it's this game. Why is it saying 1-0 on Chess.com? Oh, 1-0. Okay, I thought it said 0-1. It's okay, I can't read. I was like, how did Black win when Black lost on time?
I think we're on Chess.com.
Are we?
Are we? I heard us on the stream.
Hello, everybody. This is PogChamps finalist Michelle Carré. We've been watching
Consolation. Consolation.
It's still a final. Michelle, you made it, and now we know your opponent. We've been watching the match between Tubbo and Neeko. I'm very biased and I've been rooting for an all-girls final because I've been working both with Neeko and Michelle, and now the two of you will play against each other. Michelle, your first thoughts about what has just happened in the tiebreaker,
It was so awesome. Neeko played so fast. It was really exciting to watch. And I'm really, really excited and honored to play her tomorrow. It's going to be awesome.
And you can share with the rest of the viewers on Chess.com as well that you have actually played a mini match against Neeko a few weeks ago.
I did at the sort of the beginning of this journey, and she's very good. It was very intense.
It was a training match set up by the Botes sisters. Shout out to Alexandra and Andrea for the initiative, because they organized a couple of training matches for you guys, for the PogChamps participants. And I thought that was a very, very useful training, additional training for you to be in a competitive tournament situation, not just play against viewers or random people, but also to have the same format, same time control in a match situation. So that was 1-1, I believe, the training match. And there the tiebreaker was just a puzzle solving session.
Puzzle rush. She destroyed me in the puzzle rush.
You weren't familiar with that for a tiebreaker, and you were very nervous. That training match you had against Neeko, you were really nervous in both games. You have come so far since. You have improved so much more in terms of how you deal with pressure and how to turn that nervousness into being excited about, oh, this is a challenge, this is great, I'm gonna put myself out there, I'm gonna try my best, I'm gonna do my best, and we will see what happens. Because you've been doing really well since, Michelle. Yesterday's matches, double win for Michelle, double win. I don't know how long. Oh, we have 50 seconds till the interview. I was gonna invite you to an analysis board, or maybe the one we had, I could just change. Let me set up their game and we can quickly open it for ourselves. Basically, what Neeko missed, if you see the position, Michelle, the analysis board we had earlier, if you go back to that
the
tab.
same one?
Yeah, do you
Chess.com/live?
Yeah, do you still have
Can you re-invite me?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Sorry.
No worries. I forgot that it might not be there anymore.
And we are back here with our final interview of the day. We've got Tubbo and Neeko. Neeko, it took 3 games, but you finally smiled at the end of the last game there. Take us through your thought process and how were you nervous? Were you just stone cold killer focused? What was going on in your head?
All I've heard up until this match, I was that Tubbo was really good, and I was like, oh my god, like he's gonna beat me. Like I already came in here with the mentality to get like stomped on, but I was like, wait, I actually think I possibly might have a chance. So regardless, I stayed hopeful, but nonetheless, like I was very sweaty because he was like predicting my moves pretty well, and I was like, oh my god, like I can't believe he's like predicting every one of my moves. But yeah, it was definitely like a challenge, I would say. So it was pretty good. I'm also dealing with a huge headache right now, but I've made it through.
Well then, way to go, way to push through it. Tubbo, how you feeling, man? I know this didn't go the way you wanted.
I think I need to drink some water after this. I think I'm just dehydrated.
Tubbo, how you feeling right now? I know it didn't go how you wanted, but it was as close as it can possibly get. Literally a tiebreaker.
It was very, very close. Oh man, the timeout at the end, I was trying to check as many times as I could, as fast as I could. There was just not enough time. I glanced down at the clock and saw there was 3 seconds left, and I was like, uh-oh.
Tubbo, do you play Blitz a lot? Like 5 minute? Because I know for this it's all mostly rapid, and practice generally we say rapid. Do you play like 3 or 5 at all?
I played 1 minute quite a lot, just on my phone in bed, just when I have time.
Same. Yeah. And Danny too. I think that's
actually that's pretty much what I play too. Well, Tubbo, you've now played in you've had a lot of chess, right? You played in PogChamps, you played in PogChamps here. What has been your experience overall? How do you feel about your chess in terms of where you were to where you've come, and did you have a good time?
It's got a lot more. I feel like I've got a lot better, but I'm not sure, because when I started, I was a little bit confused about all the strategies and all the weird names, and I think I've kind of got the weird names in the bag now, or the ones that I know of anyway.
I think Tell what is the percent balance when you're playing in these events that you have to entertain a massive community of supporters and also like focus? Because it feels
like I'd say it's like 60-40.
Yeah, I was gonna say it feels like a lot. I feel like if you get to play off stream and just grind a little bit, I think your focus is there because you definitely, you catch on, you plan things out well, but you do have a pretty big responsibility there as well. Danny, I was gonna ask Neeko. Neeko, I feel like Danny and I talked about this. The final of the Consolation with you and Michelle, it's like polar opposite styles, right? So you are fast, and when the game opens up, you find like the tactics that become available. Michelle is very slow and methodical. So how have you scouted her out as an opponent at all? And like, what do you think? What do you think that final is going to be like for you?
I actually have played against Michelle, and this is very true. Like she's very methodical. I don't know how it's gonna play out. I mean, in the tactics I used with Tubbo were like I tried because I feel like I don't know, maybe if this is not true or maybe it is, but I feel like he already knew what my opening was. So I was trying to see if I could throw him off and see like, oh, what is she doing, or like that's kind of like the tactic that I try to use because it's like. I haven't had time to like learn other openings because I was moving and then the storm and everything. So I was trying to like just juke my opponents if I could. But yeah, I like going fast. So nothing's gonna change there when I go up against Michelle.
Well, it obviously makes you super dangerous if we get to a tiebreak as we know it. And Neeko, you know, we said in the beginning you were streaming chess before chess was cool, long ago before the first PogChamps. Now that you're moving into the final of the Consolation, is it cool for you, given that chess was one of the first things you were streaming before it was as popular as it's been now? And what would it mean to you to win tomorrow?
It would mean actually a lot. I feel like when I first started playing chess, there was like this elitist kind of vibe over the chess community. Like, you know, you had to be like FIDE Master, Grandmaster, Super Saiyan Power 3000 ELO. But now, like, I feel it's a lot more chill, and I feel like it could show that other content creators could also play chess and have fun and get better and be good, including myself. So I think that is kind of what I'm hoping to prove tomorrow by winning.
Cool. Well said.
It was a very fun match.
I'm going to miss the air drums, bro. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to miss the air drums a lot.
Oh man, were they an attraction, the air drums?
No, everything was, man. We love all the music. I mean, it's just cool. I think it's cool to see so many different people from so many different categories So it's
what are the air drums?
Oh,
you know,
I
like
have a
one last time, Tubbo.
They're like,
yeah,
like.
Do you just see that when you're like in the game or in the zone?
It's a good song. It's
Well, Tubbo, you are a lot of fun to watch, seriously, and it's been awesome having you. We hope to maybe see you again in future chess kind of shows.
Yeah, 100%.
And I agree with Levy. I think you entertain well, and we definitely get this vibe that if there was a little bit of a calmer, kind of chiller chess focused stream, it's really hard to say what your ceiling might be, because you know you do a lot of things really well, and it's been awesome to watch.
Oh, thank you, man.
All right, well, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Neeko, you got it. You now have a date tomorrow on Sunday. We know what you're doing with your weekend, right? You got PogChamps, and we'll see you at 12 Pacific tomorrow for your battle versus Michelle.
Thank you. And GG, Tubbo. It was really good playing with you.
It was very fun. Thank you for the games.
Thanks, guys.
You guys, GG's.
Right.
Right. Well, there you have it. The bracket is filled, Levy, Michelle, and Neeko in the final.
This is awesome, man. I don't know if you know the story of Michelle in this event. I think you do, the full story, right? Like it's
yeah.
I got an email one day from the host of Challenge Accepted, and we were talking chess. We like spoke on the phone, and then she was like, "What would be a good final goal?" And I was like, "We got this little thing coming up called PogChamps." She's like, "What's that?" I was like, "Let me tell you about PogChamps, Michelle." And this was literally the dream, because we knew that the stacked field of the championship bracket would be too difficult, but this is it, Danny. This might be the culmination of our whole project.
Seriously, and we know that Michelle's going to put together an amazing, whatever it is. What do we call what she does? It's Challenge Accepted. It's a documentary style kind of breakdown of her experience as she commits to specific tasks and goals and tries to master them. So if you don't know her content, you should definitely just Google Michelle Carre. Check out her YouTube channel. It's really cool stuff. And yeah, I think whether she wins or loses tomorrow, she made it to the finals. So I feel like it almost doesn't matter. It's almost a win for her channel and content as far as the story of committing to something like a PogChamps event and trying to win it. And maybe she'll go all the way. By the way, we will also have the championship match right after that, of course. And I'm also being updated now, so you know that it will actually be 1:20 Pacific. So it does not start at noon tomorrow. The consolation match between Neeko and Michelle starts at 1:20 Pacific time. And then the championship will take place at 2:40 p.m. Pacific time. Obviously, give or take a few minutes here and there as we do on these things when, you get overtime or you get other stuff. So, Levy, this has been a lot of fun. We got to do this more often. This whole thing, this relationship. There's something here.
I agree. And we showed up matching. I didn't know you were going to wear that. And I showed up wearing bright
salmon. Is that a salmon color? What is that? Is that pink?
I don't think you're supposed to pronounce the L in that word, but I just really like pink hoodies. So I always wore blue and black my whole life and gray. And then now recently I was like, you know what? I'm bored. So I upgraded to maroon. I got purple. I got pink. I wear, the thing about being a streamer, Danny.
We'll say it's a bubblegum color.
Everybody sees your clothes every day when you stream. So like I got to bring bright colors to the table because I'm going to run out of, so.
Well, anyway, it's been awesome. I will be back tomorrow with Hikaru for the fans that are still here with us. Make sure you tune in. It will be the championship battles for both the consolation and the championship bracket, respectively. So shout out again to everyone who's been here. Thank you so much for the community. I'm hoping that we'll reach our goals tomorrow and continue to do all the things we can to make sure these charities get the support they deserve. The crew here, International Master Levy Rozman. High five.
That's me. Oh, sorry. I was looking at my camera because we got to be. My bad. I didn't mean to. Wait, I got you. All right, ready? Oh, we did.
Okay, one more time. One more time.
All right, ready?
Ready?
Go. Bam. All right.
Okay.
I felt that, Danny. I felt that. That was good.
Thanks for being here, everyone. And we will see you tomorrow for more PogChamps 3 presented by GRIP6.